Why am I so close? Back to coffee. All right, there we go. Mic check, mic check.
Mic check, mic check.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. let's make sure.
Are we gonna get the episode number correct today?
First time. Shit. All right. What it do, what it don't, what it is, and what it ain't. It's your boy, Don Otaku, aka Don Solo, aka Solo the Don, aka Solo D Swaggy, aka Skateboard D. And this is no, it's not. This is Dual-Wield. Oh wait, I gotta introduce you first. And of course we got Subegels, aka Subeg, aka the Green Thumb, aka the Gaming Gardener, aka what you got for me today?
AKA Lost Bagels Aside.
And this is Dual-Wield Gaming Podcast, episode 49. And that's factual. Real factuals right there. But of course, another day, a lot going on in gaming. But before we get into that, of course, gotta ask, how you doing, Subegels? What you been up to?
Man, I'm good. Bro, I just noticed, bro, I feel like our podcast drops on like really big days. Like some big shit always happens on the days that our podcast drops. Like fucking Silk Song's dropping tomorrow. Exactly. The day that this fucking podcast dropped, bro, like it's crazy. But I'm good though. I'm good. You know, I'm on a little bit of a sober kick. I'm trying to sober up a little bit. I'm still hitting the gym. You know, I'm just trying to reset. I'm trying to reset a little bit, reset mentally, reset physically a little bit. Trying to get back on the program because you know school's in fucking full order and stuff. So, but I'm good. I'm good. Trying to get these games covered. Got some interesting stuff that I'm playing, but I'm good. I'm good. What about yourself?
Man, I'm feeling good because I got my biggest reviews out with Daemon X Machina, Titanic Scion. Finally getting that review out felt great.
Yeah.
So now I just have one more that I need to get out, which I guess I can talk about the game now because it is already past the embargo date, and that is Shootin' Order. But I'll talk about that when I get to what I've been playing.
Okay.
But
wait. Before I move on, I actually have something that I'm gonna do. So as everyone knows, I've decided to do this just at the beginning, so it gives the most people a chance to get it. But I give away a game every time I cover a game. Shinobi, I actually have one code left, so I'm gonna do that right now if that's cool.
Yeah, go ahead.
The code this is a Steam code. It's worldwide, so get your Steams open. But the code is LM89D 5KZNF 9JVHT. So good luck to the special viewer. Hopefully it's someone I fuck with, but good luck. Enjoy one of the best games of the year.
Yo, greatest op was the one who got it.
That's funny.
But yeah,
that's it.
So now that I've finished this gauntlet of reviews that just kind of fell, it's not even like I expected to have all of these reviews just hit so close together. They just kind of fell in my lap because I had like the whole thing with Marvelous going on, where I put out the article about how Marvelous was the studio to watch for the Switch 2's launch, and then Marvelous was just like, hey, here's 3 of our upcoming games. Like, so I had the Rune Factory, which was earlier, but even before I even finished like the embargo for Rune Factory, they sent me Story of Seasons, and then like a week and a half later, they sent me Daemon X Machina. I was like, oh damn, like okay, but they actually gave me like a lot of time to get those out, so I was really happy about that. But then I also got Shootin' Order, which I thought was gonna be later, but it ended up being earlier than expected. And I was supposed to review Donkey Kong Bonanza as well, but there was no way that I was gonna be able to do that as well. So I passed that to RK. But yeah, it's over now. I can get back to the games that I've been wanting to play, like Donkey Kong Bonanza, or going back and finishing Expedition 33, or might just pick up something new like Hollow Knight Silksong. You never know.
Hell yeah.
But feels good. Feel accomplished. I got almost everything at embargo date, or at least one day after. So
it's good.
And everything should be out before, like Shootin' Order. I'm a little bit past it, but I think I'll be able to get it out before street date. So as long as it's before the street date, I think that's pretty good. So yeah,
that's what's up.
So yeah, I feel like a weight has been lifted. So that's been good. But we do have a lot of gaming to talk about. So I'll let you go first. What you been playing?
Yeah. So since last episode, I picked up Lost Soul Aside. That is going to be the next game that I'm covering for Lognet. So stay tuned. I actually think I might get this review up relatively quick because I have like 5 or 6 hours into the game and it already says like I'm like 30% done. So it's like I think I'm kind of getting through it.
A 20 hour plus. Or is that completionist?
No, it's that's completion. I seen like people speedrun the game like 18-ish hours.
Okay.
So if you bum rush the game, it goes by pretty quick. But I'm kind of taking my time. It is linear, but yeah, Lost Soul Aside, it's made by Ulti Games. It started off as a solo dev project by Yang Bing back in 2015 when I think he was like a college student. So this game has a pretty long history. It's obvious that it's inspired by Final Fantasy 15, a little bit of 16 in there as well, versus 13 as well. You can hella tell that it's inspired by those, and it's funny because like they kind of wear their inspiration a little too much on their sleeve because that game had like a 10-year long development cycle too, versus 13 and 15, right?
Yeah. And
now this game also has like that 10-year long dev cycle that was very turbulent, but yeah, man, I'm enjoying it. I don't think it's a bad game. It is a very flawed game. I'm not gonna say it's perfect at all. There is a lot of flaws in the game, but I would say like the one thing it really nails is the combat. It's very fast, it's very fluid, it's very like combo based, but there's a skill ceiling here. It's not like a FF16 where it's like you just mash buttons and it's like you can kind of get through the battles and like all your specials and stuff are on cooldowns. Like in this one, it's like you're comboing into your special moves and then you're also like, dodging all the attacks and blocking and all that. So it's like there is a bit of a skill ceiling here, a lot more of a skill ceiling than like a FF16. I would even say the combat is more in depth than a FF16. But yeah, like that's the one thing that I'm really, really enjoying. Like they do nail it. There is something that I don't like about the combat, and that's like the sound effects. The sound effects aren't like, they're not punchy. Like it kind of just feels like a very cookie cutter like slashing sound effect for every attack. So that's something that they should fix. The sound design is also kind of off. Like I'm playing in the Chinese sub or Chinese dub, so I think they're speaking Mandarin, I believe. But like the dialogue, it's like very quiet. as opposed to like the background noise and like the music and stuff. So it's
you mean,
like
like the sound mixing.
yeah, the mixing is it's kind of off a little bit. It's the little things here and there that you can kind of tell that it's their first project, right? You can tell that it is definitely a work in progress, but TLDR, I'm enjoying it. I'm really liking the combat. If there's one thing that this game really does nail, it is that like feel of like, zipping around the battlefield and like killing all the enemies and stuff. And then the boss fights are also really good. They're really challenging. The last boss that I faced, I died like 5 or 6 times on it before I beat it. So it's like there is challenge here, there's a lot of depth if you're looking for it. And like it does that cool thing where it's like if you like every time you beat a boss, like that boss gives you like a special move. So it's like there's even something cool like that. And then there's 4 weapons in the game that you can switch between really quickly. I think I have like 2 out of the 4 right now. And it's just like the regular sword and the great sword, but yeah, the story is kind of nonsense. It's pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not really paying too much attention to it, but like I think I kind of have like a gist of what's going on.
Jesus.
What's up?
We moved a litter box into the room, and my cat just took the nastiest. Like, it's kidding me, bro. And then I got the fan just blowing it at me. It's terrible. But my
damn.
bad. Go ahead.
No, you're good. Yeah, like the story is it's like interesting, I guess, but it is very just kind of like whatever. The like a synopsis is Kaiser kind of merged with this like dragon creature thing named Lord Arena, and Lord Arena pretty much acts as his like weapons. So that's pretty cool in a sense, but it's like, but since since Kaiser is merged with Lord Arena's like essence, it allows him to enter like alternate dimensions, and in these alternate dimensions, we're tasked to find and retrieve soul crystal fragments, which is going to help us get to the Void Racks, which is what stole our sister's soul or some bullshit. So it's like the story is pretty nonsense, I'm not gonna lie, but the character designs are cool. The environments are cool. I even kind of am like liking the in between the battles. Like there's little puzzle segments and then there's little platforming segments. I think they even do like that stuff like okay, especially as like something to break up the pace of the constant boss fights and stuff. But yeah, man, it's a cool game. It's not No Mind's Eye, honestly. Like I was seeing people be like, "Oh, this is like a character action Mind's Eye," and I'm like, that was funny. No, but I'm seeing more people say that too, just based off of like the cutscenes and stuff, the VO cutscenes, and like the intent is there. Like you can tell like they wanted to make something like really good, but it's just. Like, not every developer is gonna get a home run the first swing, the first at bat. Some developers need time, and they should be allowed that time to perfect. What's up?
Team Cherry made Hollow Knight on their first attempt.
That is true, and you could even say the Claire Obscure guys too. Yeah. But
no, I'm just kidding.
No, that's fair. That's totally fair. But I will say, if you, the viewer, is interested in Lost Soul Aside or even like intrigued about it, definitely look into the development history. There's a lot there to kind of like learn and like to really like analyze, and like you can kind of tell like the product was in like a development hell, and like they did a lot to kind of get it out of that. So I think like there is stuff here too that they can hang their hats on. Like I said, the combat. Like if there's one thing that it nails, it's the combat. It kind of reminds me a little bit of Hellblade in a sense of like Hellblade really nailed like one thing, and that's like that like visceral feel, and also like the graphics, of course. But in a sense, it's kind of like that too, where it's like it nails one thing really well, but like everything kind of outside of that is kind of just like eh. So in that sense, it kind of reminds me of like that Hellblade situation a little bit, but Yeah, it's decent. I wouldn't say it's like an 8, but I would say like a high 6, low 7s. That's kind of where I'm kind of sitting at right now. But it's a okay game. It's not bad. It's pretty decent. I'm enjoying it. I'm actually happy that I'm covering it, which it gives me a chance to cover some games that aren't like the greatest. So it's a nice little change of pace for me. But so that's Lost Soul aside. Check out my review when it drops. Hopefully
So
soon. I kind of want to get that off the plate.
I
But
did also play the demo,
yeah,
and I want to just talk about it because I did go into the demo, and I was seeing all the negative reviews coming in, and I was like, ooh.
Mhm.
This is about to be another one of them PlayStation sloppy toppies, and I'm about to go all the way in, and I was
Yeah,
ready to hate, and then I was like, bro, what were they playing?
that's
Because that combat, see like I wanted to hate, but the character action lover in me could not hate on that combat, bro. That shit was fire.
Mhm.
And I understand where all the other I've been seeing a lot of the outside of the combat stuff
Mhm.
that yeah, they definitely need to work on stuff like that when they make their next game. But
Absolutely.
nailing the combat, a lot of developers don't even do that. And they get praised for doing the other stuff outside of the combat. I would rather have a studio that completely nails the combat or the main gameplay element. So if you're a racing game and like the racing is good, but then the open world driving or like going from mission to mission, all of that is bad. I don't care because the racing is good. That's all you got to tell me. So that's
Mhm.
how I feel about this game. The combat is good. And even
Mhm.
in the demo, I don't even have the full move set. But I could tell just from the demo that yeah, like they cooked because they already had the base level like A1. So I
Exactly.
can imagine what it's gonna be like once you get to the final stages of the game and you have unlocked like you have all of the weapons, you have the full move set. And I'm like, bro.
Yeah.
So that's I always I hate that we always get to this point where it's like people shit on games for being too much of a game and not getting the other stuff right.
Yeah.
Or but then we'll praise games that suck at being games. Like Hellblade 2.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hellblade
Exactly.
2 sucks at being a game, but they perfect everything outside of the actual game.
Yeah.
And that game scored like an 81, 82.
Hmm.
While this game is sitting at like a 60 something. I'm like, bro.
And it almost has like 3 times the amount of gameplay.
So I wanted to hate on Lost Soul aside, but I literally can't. Like I want to champion this game because of the bullshit that I'm seeing because the gameplay is
Yeah.
fire. Like I don't understand if the gameplay is good. I don't see how anyone can score the game under a 7 at that point. A 7 if the gameplay, the combat, the main mechanic of the game is a 9 to 10. Cuz I felt like it was a 9 and I played the demo twice just to like practice with the gameplay. That's how good it was. I was just like, bro, I did not run back the Final Fantasy 16 demo. I'll tell you that. I ran back the Lost Soul Aside demo.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like, if the gameplay is a 9 or a 10, the combat how are you giving this game lower than a 7? Like, if everything else is just that bad, like, okay, they got the main thing right. At least it should be a 7. That's how I feel on my review scale, at least.
No, that's I'm feeling you. Like that's how I'm feeling playing the game. Like they have a solid foundation to build on. Like you're saying, some developers don't even get the gameplay right, you know? Like not it took Naughty Dog like fucking like 6 games to get good gameplay, you know? Like
talk to them. Last of Us,
it's just
90, 94, 95, whatever the fuck they gave that game. And it had worse gameplay than like any other third person shooter. Come on.
Yeah.
Be serious.
Like even with the Uncharted games,
worse.
like
yeah, Uncharted's even worse.
Yeah, like those games are bare bones third person shooters at best, you know, and it's like they get all the praise because they have excellent stories and like great dialogue and good graphics and set pieces, you know, exactly.
But then you're shooting people for 40% of the game, and that shit sucks. It stinks. And then don't get me started on climbing sections. Don't get me started on the damn climb, because I don't know who are the people who just like, man, I love just holding left until the path breaks, and then I press up, and then I hold left again until the path breaks again. And then it's like, oh, it's rumbling. That means I have to move or else it's gonna fall. But it gives me like 3 seconds of headway so that I'm not actually gonna fall. So there's really no danger. But, you know, I hate climbing sections, bro.
Yeah, yeah, I know. Those forced ones with the white lines telling you where to go. I got you.
But yeah, I think that we need to have a dialogue with the industry, the reviewers, these websites, that we need to have a dialogue, bro, because how can gameplay take a backseat in most of these reviewers' minds, in most of these reviewers' critiques? I just don't understand that. Why are we gaming? Why are we not a part of the Hollywood movie industry? Because that's what it seems like they want us to be.
Yeah, man. It's a shame. It's a shame because, like, I keep on saying it. I've even tweeted it a couple of times. I've retweeted a bunch of combat clips of like people that are high level like gameplays, like people that are actually comboing together and like showing off like, this is how cool this fucking game could look. And it's like, it's actually hard to pull off that stuff too, which is something that I like, because like a lot of the cool shit that you can do in FF16, it's like a fucking, it's on like a timer, you know? So it's like, I don't know, but yeah. And the funniest thing is I'm even kind of enjoying like the little platforming segments. Like, in my opinion, it even makes more sense to have like a platforming in this game than like a Claire, you know, like because you have a double jump and a dash. So it's like inherently it kind of has a little platforming sensibilities in there. Just like the old school like God of War games and stuff, like old school DMCs, like they all had little platforming segments and stuff. So, but yeah, one cool thing that this game actually does that I think is actually kind of new. It's like there's like this like amulet system with the weapons, and it's like you can kind of like put on like little amulets onto your weapons, which isn't new, but the cool thing is you can actually like readjust the size and stuff of it, and you could like place it onto the weapon however you want. And like I'm seeing like a lot of people do like cool like little keyblades kind of weapons in the game, and I'm like, this is pretty sick, you know? So it's like even has like a little like nice little neat touch there where it's like the customization is cool too. So I don't know, I'm enjoying it, you know? Like it's funny, like a lot of people, even on Discords, because people know that I'm covering the game, like people tag me, they're like, oh, you're covering a shitty game, blah blah blah. And I'm like, it's funny, like all these people like on the outside are telling me like this game is ass, and like I'm sitting there playing it, I'm like, this is actually pretty fucking fun, you know? I don't know, it's just a weird like weird dichotomy of like how people like treat games nowadays, you know? Like like people should root for this. You know, it was a solo dev project. Like the guy just loved fucking action games and he wanted to make a cool action game. So it's like I think like there's a lot of stuff they could hang their hats on. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. But
you don't know how much I wanted to just come in here and just poo-poo on all of your fun.
I know.
You know, once if I play the game, if I get a chance to play the game, I like it, I really can't. I can't do that. So you win this round, but
no, I didn't win because the reviewers shitted on it. But I'm excited though. I'm excited.
No, get off the bed. Oh.
Oh no! You want to deal with it real quick?
Yeah. So just finish what you've been playing, and now
you're good. You're good. But yeah, so I'm about like 6 or 7-ish hours into Lost Soul. I have 2 weapons. I'm excited. I'm excited to get all 4. I'm excited to unlock the skill. The skill tree is actually cool too because it has that thing where it's like you're not just buying shit that gives you like percentage upgrades. It's actually like new moves and like new specials that you can pull off during combos and stuff. So it's really cool. And like there's moments where you're fucking riding your sword like a skateboard and shit. So it's like it even throws like some like really like off the wall like crazy shit at the wall, you know? Like I don't know. I'm enjoying it though. But outside of Lost Soul, haven't been playing too much. I restarted up Judgment, which is Nagoshi's second to last game at RGG. Very Yakuza like. Very Yakuza like. Very visceral, very fun. Detective based game instead of like a drama thriller like the other Yakuza games. But it's also on the Dragon Engine, which is cool, which is nice. Change of pace for me coming off of Yakuza 0, which is on the engine that predates the Dragon Engine. But yeah, man, I'm enjoying that too. Yagami's a G. He's a detective. I like to do this thing where it's like every story mission I beat, I kind of go to the bar and get fucking fucked up drunk and then go back to doing story missions and stuff. It kind of gives me like a cool little headcanon for Yagami that he's like this drunken detective that's like, you know, in the dumps, but also is like a fucking genius. But that's Judgment. Outside of that, not much, you know. I dabbled a little bit here and there in Metal Gear Solid Delta. I have that on the PC. Sucks that there's an FPS cap, but I'm sure the mods will fix that. Runs pretty decent for me actually. I'm not having too many problems. I'm also blessed to say that I'm on a pretty decent PC, so I'm not having that many issues with that game. It sometimes stumbles into like the high 40s, but overall though it's good. I'm really excited to dive more into it. I'm kind of a Metal Gear Solid noob, so it's like I don't really play too many Metal Gear games, but I really love the story. I know that this one's kind of like the first canonical game in the series, I believe. So it would be a pretty solid place to start for people that aren't too into the Metal Gear games. But the cool thing is all the Metal Gear games, or at least Metal Gear Solids, are available except for 4, I believe. So in the collections, I think Metal Gear 1, 2, and 3 and Peace Walker are there. So that's cool. Have you played Metal Gear? Not interested?
Metal Gear Solid 3 is my favorite out of the entire franchise. So eventually I do want to play it.
Yeah.
But right now I already have games that I have lined up, and I was like, you know what? There's no point in me like going out and buying right now.
Yeah. That game is also a little bit of controversy too with the whole PlayStation PlayStation and Xbox like performance, where it's like Xbox, it's on the Series X, like it's running at a little lower settings, but like it has a higher frame rate. Whereas like on the PlayStation 5 and the Pro, it's like running at a little higher settings, but the frame rate's a little worse. But yeah, I'm playing it on the PC. It's running fine for me, honestly. And I actually think Digital Foundry came out and said like, yeah, the PC version, even though it's flawed, is the best one. But it just sucks that Virtuos, like, you know, like they do solid work in like bringing the games over. It's just their technical capabilities are just like lacking, you know, like a frame rate lock on PC is just so strange, you know, like having 60 FPS only,
See,
which isn't too uncommon, but
I feel like Virtuals might just have an A and a B team, kind of like they're like Platinum in a way, where Platinum would put out a masterpiece like Bayonetta 2 and then drop TMNT and Legend of Korra. Like they'll go on a streak of like Vanquish, Bayonetta, Metal Gear Rising, and then they put out like TMNT and Legend of Korra right after. And you're like, bro, what happened? Like, I feel like they have a really good team that they know what they're doing. They're gonna put out some high quality shit. Even like they used to have Switch ports that were like A1, and then they would have Switch ports that were like, bro, what the fuck happened? So I feel like they just have like a really good team and then a really just all right team.
Yeah, man. Like the remake is really good. Like it looks gorgeous. They have like the legacy mode and like the modern mode. They added some like Phantom Pain elements to the game where like it actually feels really good to control Snake. And they did a faithful job at remaking the game. They even kept like the original voice acting, which is nice. David Hayter, great voice actor for Snake, but yeah, man, not too much there, but I'm enjoying it. You know, it's a nice change of pace. You know, I'm playing a lot of action-based games. Like Shinobi was very character action, 2D kind of, and like Lost Soul is very character action, very quick, very fast. So it's nice to play a stealth game to mix it up a little bit. You know, but yeah, man, there's so much that I want to play still. You know, I still gotta play DK. I'm still grinding a little bit on Dragon Quest on the Switch. Kirby dabbled a little bit in that too. That 60 FPS glorious almost 4K like you know, update for that game looks amazing on the Switch too. Runs really good, better than Astrobot IMO. but yeah, man, that's all I've been playing. What about you, bro?
Yeah, so like I said, finished up my Daemon X Machina review, and I'm gonna put my little montage that I made for the review up. What the hell did I just do? What did I just do? How did I do that?
Oh no.
All right. Bam. So here's a little montage of my gameplay from the Switch 2, all from handheld. Nice. But I thought this game, even with its jank and its technical issues on the Switch 2 and all around like low quality textures and everything, the game itself is really fun. And you know, I don't like mechs, but somehow, it's not even somehow, I know exactly why I enjoy this game. And it's because the mechs are like more Iron Man suit than their full-on mechs. So I enjoy how fast and agile they are. But yeah, this game is great. Controls take some getting used to, and then just like getting a handle on the combat at first takes a little bit of time. But once you do, it just feels really smooth, and it's so stylish. Like the melee combat, the range combat, it feels kind of like dull in certain parts, but once you like find your right weapons and you get a like really good rhythm, and then you learn how to like dash while shooting so that you're just not like jogging really slow and shooting. That's what made it like feel kind of slow at first. I was just like kind of jogging around and shooting. I was like, this doesn't feel fun. But once enemies started like having better aim and being able to hit me even when I was running, I was like, okay, there has to be some way to dodge these bullets. And then I realized you have to like dash and shoot, and then that's when it became kind of fun. But the control scheme does not make it easy. You do have, like, I had to change my control scheme because RB was the dash and RT was to shoot, and I'm like, bro, I cannot like hold RB and RT, like it's not gonna work like that.
Yeah.
But the highlight, besides like the traversal mechanics, because I just love traversing this world. At first I was complaining about like everything is just desert. I was hoping that there will be more. There actually is more. There are more biomes. There's weather effects, like random weather effects. There's like fog, rain, and the fog especially just like completely changes like how you interact, because it's just like you can't see anything in front of you, and
wow.
enemies will just pop out like out of nowhere. I mean, you see them on the radar, so you have an idea of where they are, but you don't know if they're aggroed or not, and they'll just run up on you through the fog. So I think that, like, that's a cool mechanic. But yeah, like the more I played it, I just kept finding new things that I enjoyed about the game, and I was like, okay, like at first I was like, okay, it's giving me like solid 8 vibes, but especially the boss fight, that was the highlight. Once you meet the main group of once the main group of villains enters the fray and you start doing those boss fights, yeah, that's when I was like, okay, I gotta bump this shit up to an 8.5. So I love this game. Like it's definitely one of my favorites of the year, jank and all. It's just it's such a me game. I love open world games. If you have open world fatigue, this is definitely a Ubisoft style open world. It's not gonna, like, the side missions aren't gonna be super great. Even like the main missions aren't really diverse. I mean, they do have a few that kind of like, oh, this is different. Like there was one where we were being chased by a bunch of these immortals, which are like the monsters that have overtaken the world, and they had me in the back of the turret while they were driving, and I just had to like shoot down all of the immortals. I was like, okay, that's a, like, I wasn't expecting something like this in this type of game. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. And then I didn't get to talk about this before the review, but there's a card game called Overbullet, and I actually sunk a lot of time into this because it was actually pretty deep, and it was pretty fun and challenging as hell, because I was getting my ass whooped in this game. You cannot just you can't really, like, you really got to strategize. You really got to know what you're doing in this game. You can't kind of just half-ass and still win. Like they will destroy you if you don't know what you're playing and when to play the right cards. It's a true card game, and it has a little bit of like Yu-Gi-Oh vibes with the attack and defense. So if you're familiar with Yu-Gi-Oh, it has a little bit of that, but the card effects is really like the big part that changes up everything. So it'll be like you basically have to win 5 rounds. It's a round based, so it's turn based. So you have 4 cards that you can play on the field, and then every card has attack, defense, or like both, depending on the card. So you want to do the most damage, just like Yu-Gi-Oh. You want to do more damage than your opponent. So if you have 100 damage, 50 defense, and then they have 80 attack and 30 defense, like obviously you're gonna win. So that's all it comes down to. You just want to make sure you have the most damage. But every card has, or I shouldn't say every card, some cards don't, but for the most part, a lot of the cards have some kind of effect that they have once you play the card, and they need a condition to activate. So some of them will be like, okay, you need to have 3 star cards on the field. And if you have 3 star cards on the field, this now does 80, it does plus 80 damage instead of like the 30 base damage that it does. And it also will sometimes react to like what's in your opponent's hand. So it'll be like, if your opponent has a moon card, then they lose 35 attack for every moon card in their hand. So you can use cards like that to kind of move them away from like their strongest cards, or like kind of devalue their strongest cards. So if they're like, okay, they have a lot of moon cards and they're actually like winning because of that, you can put out something like that, and then boom, they'll either keep losing points, and or they'll probably like take out their moon cards and switch them out for something else. So like you can kind of change how your opponent plays based on what you play, or you can like more just try to stack up as much damage and defense on your own side as you can. So it was actually really deep, and I wasn't expecting it to be as deep as it was. And that was another reason I kind of bumped up my score, because I ended up enjoying that part of it so much. It was like the side activities outside of like just the side quests were way better than I expected. And it made the game feel a lot more complete. Like it had a really good complete package. So yeah, Daemon X Machina was a lot better than I would have ever given credit for beforehand.
Hell yeah.
And y'all can check out my full review on Lords of Gaming for that. But also, I can finally talk about this game, which feels great, because I've been under NDA for like 2 years, maybe more than that. I actually don't remember when I first joined the alpha for this game, but it's been years. And that is Skate. And this game, I feel like I've been playing this game forever, which is crazy because like it's not even out yet. But EA has had the longest like closed early access that I have ever played for any game. Like the closed play test, I've been playing this game for years. And I've just been on and off with this game. I probably put about 40 hours into the playtest alone, just over the years. Like,
damn.
Just going back, seeing what they added, seeing what's changed, testing out stuff. I'm like, okay, like yeah, now I feel so. Finally, we got the early access date, not even the full release. Just put that into perspective. I've been beta testing or alpha testing this game forever, and we're just now getting into the beta phase of early access. So, and even I'm playing the full release, or sorry, the early access release that's going to be for everybody on September 16th.
Free or paid?
Free to play.
Oh, nice.
And it's definitely not complete, but it's a really good package right now for release. I think they have a lot of content, and at the end of the day, the main thing that matters is that it's Skate, and it plays like Skate, and it feels like Skate. And if you loved Skate, you've been missing Skate. Tried Sessions, didn't do it for you. Tried Skater XL, didn't do it for you. played Tony Hawk 3 and 4 for 5 seconds and threw it out because
Because it's trash now.
it's not Skate. And that's like that's the thing. There's only one Skate. And they've I don't know if it's a new team. I feel like it is. It's definitely does not feel like the same team that made like Skate 1 and 2.
Mm-hmm.
But gameplay wise, they nailed it with the feel.
Let's go.
Now, this is like I've literally felt this way since the start of the early access. And I was hoping that things would change by the time it became like public release, but it hasn't. And the one thing that they do not get right is the vibes. And it's a small thing if you never really cared about skate culture and things like that. But for me, especially if you love Skate 1 and 2, that was like gritty and it just felt really hardcore skate culture vibes. Like it really felt like they just watched a shit ton of skate videos, like, and they understood what real skate culture was. This one feels like the Fortnite-ification of skate. And like if it was just the art style, I'd be like, I can get over that. But just like it has the Forza Horizon dialogue and characters and just everyone's so upbeat and happy and just like I hate that. It's like going from Need for Speed Underground and then going right into Forza Horizon where it's just like just ill. And that's how this one feels. It's like they took all of the grittiness, the angst, the hardcoreness, and it's just clean and like poppy. And for most people, that's not gonna matter. But it matters to me. But it's a nitpick more than it is something that's like a deal breaker, honestly. Because at the end of the day, the game feels great to play. So I'm not tripping too hard about it. But I just wish that they would have kept some of what I loved about the first two games. But yeah. That's... Oh, and then lastly, the last game that I need to write a review for, Shoot in Order.
Yeah.
And Shoot in Order is from Tokyo Games, Kazukata, who is the creator of Danganronpa, and he also did 100 Line earlier this year, or was it last year? Or it was earlier this year. This is his new game, and it's definitely not on the same budget as like 100 Line or Danganronpa. You can tell this was a smaller project, but he just had some really cool ideas that he wanted to put into a project. And it's definitely a game where the ideas and what he's trying to pull off are really ambitious, and it is really cool that he is trying to do this, but the actual execution isn't as good as it could be.
Yeah.
And this game is basically a mystery visual novel like you would expect. You play as a character named, I'm already forgetting her name actually, honestly, but your character is murdered at the beginning of the game, chopped into pieces, body thrown off a building, and you wake up from the dead, and there are angels, and the angels have brought you back to life. And they say that, well, God brought you back to life, and the angels are the messenger who basically tells you that you can come back to life. You can be resurrected by the power of God, but you have to solve your murder first in order to be resurrected. So there are 5 suspects who are they are the people who were under you. So you were actually pretty famous. You were, I actually don't want to get too much into that, but basically they were the closest people to you. One of them is the killer. But instead of it being like, oh, now you have to figure out which one of the 5 is the killer. Instead, he breaks it up into routes where every single one of them is the killer, but it's just a different route that you can pick, like how the story goes. So you pick who's the killer, and each route has a different gameplay mechanic and gameplay style. So if you pick one of the killers, it might just be a stealth adventure game. If you pick another one, it'll be like a Danganronpa style mystery, like just a full-on mystery visual novel that feels more like a Danganronpa type game. And then there's one that literally is a dating sim, and you have to get the character to fall in love with you in order to have her confess to killing you. So like, it's ambitious in the fact that they have completely different gameplay styles and completely different mechanics for each of these routes, which is a really cool idea, just to have, like, man, like there's so much variety, and none of the routes feel the same. The characters are obviously distinctly different as well, but it also feels disjointed and not well executed. Kind of, it feels a little like the first Octopath Traveler, where you would like complete someone's storyline, and then you would finish it, and then it would be like none of that happened. You have a new member in the group, but none of them interact with each other. Mm-hmm. Like once you go into one of these routes, the other characters just kind of disappear from the face of the earth, and there's no like, it just becomes a self-sustained or wait, what am I trying to say? It becomes like a
self-contained story.
Yeah, self-contained story. That doesn't feel like it's in an overarching plot. So I feel like that was a miss. But I think I like that he tried to do something this cool, even though it's not executed the best. I want to give credit to the idea, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And
I got you.
For the most part, like, the main things I had issues with is more like production value, and just overall, it kind of just felt rushed. So I do think if he was ever to revisit this idea and really like put more time or development, money, whatever needs to be added, it could be something special. But this one was not like the 100 line where he completely executed on what he was trying to do there. But Shuten Order, if you are a fan of his work, I feel like most people who have played a Danganronpa or like loves that stuff, they'll probably still enjoy this game for what it is. So that is Shuten Order. And that's basically what I have been playing outside of my usuals, which League of Legends is now one of my usuals, which is disgusting.
Oh no, you're talking about Depression, the video game?
But like I said, I did not play the main game because that would just be.
You play team fight?
Oh no, I play ARAM, all random, all mid.
Got it.
You get 2, sometimes 3 random characters to pick from, and then you just gotta learn that character if you've never played with them before, or sometimes you'll get a character that you do know, and then there's no lanes, just one lane. You just gotta make it through their base and destroy their whatever it's called at the end. All just straight up. It's more fast paced. Usually games take about 15 minutes versus the 40 to 1 hour matches of regular League. So it's great, and
nice.
That's basically all I would play. I would not play a normal
game. For sure.
Fortnite. Actually, I do want to talk a little bit about Fortnite because they had this weekend where they had the One Punch Man medallion for Blitz, and with the One Punch Man medallion, when you hit someone with a pickaxe, 1-hit kill. Pickaxe attacks were 1-hit kill. So at first it was like, okay, they dropped the medallion, or you have to kill somebody to get the medallion, and then boom. All right. But then during the weekend, they gave you drop with the medallion. Bro, that shit was hilarious because I was just running around smacking everybody. And like the melee fights, just trying to like see who's gonna hit first, like trying to dodge and hit. That shit was hilarious. Like that was probably the best Blitz week that they've dropped so far. But I've also been back on Ballistic.
Nice.
And they added some new maps, which are they're pretty good. But I feel like anyone who was like a Counter-Strike or Valorant player who was just trying it out, they're no longer there. Because when I got on the last few days, I just been wrecking shop. Like, I've been demolishing people on that game. I'm like, bro, where did all the like vets that were like destroying me before go? Where are they at? But Ballistic is still fun. It's just slow to update compared to like the other Fortnite modes. You can tell it's a side project, not like one of their main focuses. Because it also doesn't even have its own battle pass like Lego Fortnite or Festival or any of these other ones do. But hopefully it does get to that point where they're actually serious about it and they put a little bit more effort into making it a fully fledged game mode. But that's all I got for my section.
Sure. Oh wait, there's one game that I forgot to mention, I played the Sonic Racing beta.
Oh yeah, I
Sonic
also
Racing
played it.
Crossroads.
I
Hell yeah.
completely forgot because
The best Sonic Racing game of the past or the best Sonic game of the past 10 years? No.
I mean, honestly,
yeah. Maybe except for like Sonic Mania or something.
I don't even like Sonic Mania, but that's just me.
That's hella funny. Yeah, but I played 3 matches. No, I played the whole Grand Prix, but I didn't jump into the online because you have to play the Grand Prix to unlock the online. But yeah, man, it's fun. A lot of my Mario Kart skills definitely translated over 100%. But yeah, man, I is anyone reviewing this for Lognet? Do you know?
Arcade, obviously.
Arcade is reviewing it. Okay, I was about to say if he's not reviewing it, then I'm hella down to review this one. But yeah, though, this one's fun. I'm excited to see how it runs on the Switch 2 because the beta wasn't on Switch 2, right?
It was.
Oh, it was, but it wasn't the Switch 2 version,
yeah, it was
right?
the Switch 1 version, but I was playing the Switch 1 version on the Switch 2. Which
for sure, it ran at 30, huh?
Yeah, it was just 30. But I also played it, and this is my second time playing it because I played the PS5 network test, and it's definitely better than the original one. It's faster, which is a huge improvement because the first one was slow as shit, and I was like, bro, this is supposed to be a Sonic game. Like, what is this? But they actually have different speeds / difficulties. In the first one, I guess they just put it on the lowest speed and called it a day for whatever reason. So I'm glad that that's a thing. But I still have the same issues that I had outside of the speed. And that is the items don't feel impactful enough. Once you're in first place, you are in first place. As long as you don't suck at driving, at least. Like, if you're running into walls and shit, obviously someone's gonna pass you. But once you get into first place, and if you know how to drive, you're not getting out of first place. You know, in Mario Kart, if you're in first place before the third lap, you're setting yourself up for failure. Like, you're gonna be dead last by the time that blue shell and then red shell and then green, like all everything that could possibly happen to you is gonna happen to you if you stay in first place for too long. So in Sonic Racing, when you're in first place, you can pull ahead, and if you pull ahead enough, you will never need to worry about anyone catching up to you. And that's a good thing or a bad thing, depending on the type of player you want, like the type of game that you want to play. So I'm not gonna say that's a positive or a negative, but it's definitely different than Mario Kart. Yeah.
I like, you can tell that, well, obviously this game was in development probably around the same time as what's it called, Mario Kart World, but there is a little bit of MK World in there, in the fact that, like, because MK World, you can do that thing where, like, you can jump, like, you don't have to grind like the left and right, you can kind of grind in place, like, straight. Has that same thing in the Sonic Racing game.
And the funniest thing was that was the thing that I praised Sonic Racing on, was the trick system and the like boost jumps and all that. And then once I saw Mario Kart World had that shit, I was like, oh, look. I was like, Mario Kart World got it, and it's probably better. Look, like, y'all just lost y'all one up that y'all had. But
that's funny.
Like, I hate that you don't slow down when you hit the walls. If you hit a wall at Mario Kart, that's like devastating. In this one, you can ride along it for a little bit, but you'll lose some rings. And I don't feel like that's enough punishment. Like, there's not enough punishment for hitting walls. You're still moving when you get hit by items.
Mhm.
like I don't think there's any item that I've seen that just completely stops you. I think there's like
Yeah.
one or two maybe, but like it does not feel as like brutal when you get hit by an item.
Yeah. You can definitely save yourself if you get hit for sure.
But other than that, like I still feel like the feel of it is still just not as polished as Mario Kart, but it's good.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's
it's good.
good.
It's fun. It's fun. I'm excited. I don't think I'm gonna be there day one, but I'll definitely check it out. I'll definitely but I think they're doing a open demo as well. I think
Yeah,
in like a couple
just
weeks or
like a
something.
single
So
player or yeah, single player demo.
yeah. It's cool, man. Dude, this month is so busy. But yeah, I think that's all I've been playing outside of everything. I played a little bit of Pentiment, but not much to talk about that, to be honest.
All right. With that, I have one game on the radar that I'll quickly
Okay.
just
Oh yeah.
talk about.
Nice.
And that is Jump Space, formerly
Mm.
Jump Ship.
Mm-hmm.
And this game was shown off at one of the Xbox kind of like indie preview, like one of their indie shows or one of their third party showcases. But or was it at the no. It might have actually been at one of their shows, like the first, like the big showcase. I can't actually remember. But it's a 4-player co-op, Sea of Thieves ish, but in space type of game, which is the second Sea of Thieves in space game that has been shown off, because Wildgate is also a lot like that.
Mm-hmm.
But cooperative, you kind of warp into whatever zone that you're doing a mission on, and you're in the ship that you can fly, you can exit it, and then kind of go off on your own, or you can stay on the ship and basically kind of protect it. And but for the most part, you're trying to protect the ship, you're trying to get materials, get it back onto the ship, and then fly away. Like a little mix of Helldivers in there too.
Okay.
But first person shooter and third person exploration. So once you have the gun in your hand, it goes in the first person, but when you're flying around, it's in third person. And you basically have to just complete the missions, get all of the materials that you can, get as much, like basically loot as much as you can while you're being shot at, or like I don't know if you're a pirate, or I don't know if you're a good guy or a bad guy. I just like I don't understand the dynamic of what you're supposed to be doing, but it just looks it looks like a lot of fun. Just the flying around on the ship and then being able to just jetpack through these outposts and on planets. It feels like they put a lot into this game, but
Nice.
it's looking really good. And day one Game Pass.
Okay. There you go.
And it's coming out September 16th, so it'll be in the second half of
Very
the
soon. Month.
September Game Pass launch.
Nice. They do 2, right? 2 every month.
Yep, 2 every month.
Nice.
They
There you
always show
go.
the one first through the 15th, and then the 16th through the 30th / 31st /
Nice.
28th if it's February.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm excited about this game. And
Heck.
of course it's in Game Pass, and hopefully we can get some people together to actually play. We'll see about that, but hopefully. But that's my on the radar. And
Yes,
obviously
sir.
like Hollow Knight, Silk Song, shit like that is gonna, but I try
Yep.
to stick to lesser known games when
There
it
you
comes to
go.
that.
There you go. Hell yeah.
Because
I have one too.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say because obviously, like, the segment would be kind of useless to be like, yeah, Hollow Knight Silk Song.
The game that everyone's gonna be playing while probably listening to this.
What else is coming out in September? Oh, Dying Light,
Chronos,
the Beast.
Dying Light.
Chronos. Like, there's no reason to advertise those games. They're gonna get played.
Yeah, for sure. There's some big games coming out this month, but yeah, I actually have one too. Kind of going off of
before you start.
Yeah.
My girl just got a victory royale in OG.
There you
Fortnite,
go.
So
she
sent me a picture. So everyone congratulate her right
now. Let's go. There you go. That's what we like to see. But yeah, kind of going back onto what because I think it was last week that I said Constance, right?
Yep.
That like a Splatoon kind of like game, Splatoon 2D Metroidvania. Yeah. I don't know. It's a Hollow Knight. It has a bunch of different aspects. But this week I actually have one too. That's also a Metroidvania 2D. But this one's more pixel art. It's called Lone Fungus: Melody of Spores. The description on Steam is explore an interconnected mushroom world filled with secrets, unite the mushroom tribes, and experience the origin story of our hero Greencap. Looks really cool. I'm loving the art style. It's looking like another dev that's like, oh, if you're looking interested in Hollow Knight, check us out. We're also making a Metroidvania like game that's cool and chill. But it looks really fun. I really like the aesthetic. I really like all the different moves and like the platforming and all that looks really solid. Yeah, man, I'm interested in this one. I'll be keeping my eyes out on it.
Okay. All right. Well, with that, let's get into our discussion topic.
Hell yeah.
Which I didn't tell you what this was gonna be.
Okay.
Because it's a little special. And I was just like, you know what? What's a fun discussion that we can do? But
sure.
I thought of this. Let me pull up this real quick. All right. So we have been podcasting together for a year and a half now.
No, a year. No, we're past a year.
Are we past a year?
Yeah, we started late July of last year.
Okay. Yeah. We've missed a few episodes, so I guess the number isn't exact for every week.
Yeah.
But, all right. So that means we should know each other pretty well by now, right?
Okay.
So we're gonna play 21 gaming questions.
Okay.
And I made sure that all of these are basically one or the other.
Okay.
To keep it quick and to keep it so you don't have to like try to think of something. So it's gonna be one or the other, and it's gonna be my preferences when it comes to gaming and all types of things. So
okay,
sounds easy enough, right? So
sure,
start off with some easy ones. Number one, what do I prefer in a game? The gameplay or narrative?
Oh, gameplay, easy.
Okay. Oh wait, hold on, I gotta get the soundboard for this. Actually, am I able to? Let me check something real quick. Okay. Oops, I broke it. Okay.
That's funny.
All right. I gotta get my soundboard. So when you hear the perfect, that means you got it right. If you hear the, that means you got it wrong.
For sure.
Or actually, no, I'll do it. Okay, that means wrong, right? Or sorry, wrong. All right. So you got the first one. second question: open world or linear?
Open world.
Perfect.
All right, we're starting off with easy ones, so don't worry. It's gonna get
Sure.
hard.
All
High
good.
fidelity graphics or unique art styles?
Oh, art style.
Perfect.
All right,
Perfect.
portable or docked when it comes to the Switch / Switch 2?
Oh, portable.
Perfect.
All right, this one might be a little bit harder.
Sure.
When it comes to Western RPGs and shooters,
Okay.
do I prefer third person or first person?
Third person? Okay.
I love
You like
me
FPS, huh?
Yeah, FPS and first person like Elder Scrolls, Starfield.
Oh, got it. I see.
If Fable was first person, I would probably play it that way. All right, moving on. What do I hate more? Climbing sections or walk and talk sections?
Ooh. I feel like this could be a trick question. I'll just say climbing. Mandatory linear climbing sections.
Perfect.
There you go.
It's close, but there are definitely times where walk and talk makes sense in a game, but climbing sections never make sense in a game.
Yeah.
All right. This one's kind of long, but
Sure.
would I praise a game more for either A, perfecting a tried and true formula, or B, trying new things with a few missteps?
Can you repeat that one?
Would I praise a game more for A, perfecting a tried and true formula, or B, trying new things with a few missteps?
I'm gonna go with B.
Perfect.
Okay.
Yeah, I will. If it's original and you're doing something new, I want to see that more than
Tried and true.
like, yeah, just like it's the same formula we've been doing for 10 years. You just made a better version, you know?
Yeah.
All right, this one is gonna be hard. Okay.
Okay.
Number 9. Would I sacrifice Game Pass or Nintendo exclusivity?
Ooh. Oh, Game Pass.
Perfect.
There you go.
That's the one thing I will sacrifice Game Pass for. But I will keep Nintendo exclusivity till as going for as long. It won't even, like, obviously Game Pass
Yeah.
helps me more. Like I love Game Pass. I think it as a user.
Yeah, as a consumer, it makes more sense.
It makes more sense, but
You gotta ride for the console wars, bruh. Nintendo has to be number one.
Exactly. All right. This is a Spawn Wave question.
Okay.
Which console do I prefer? N64 or GameCube?
Oh, see, I don't know this one. So this one's just a guess. I'll say you like the N64 more.
Perfect.
Okay.
I never really got into. Actually, the GameCube was when I had my Nintendo is for kids phase.
So this is when you were graduated from Nintendo, huh?
And it was literally like 3 years during middle school. And then once I got into high school or like late middle school when the Wii came out, I went right back. So, but the GameCube never hit as hard for me because I missed a lot of it. So
No wonder why you hate on all the GameCube Nintendo games.
exactly.
That's funny.
All right. Here's another hard one.
Okay.
Which failure? I mean, yeah, failure. Which failure do I enjoy the most? The Wii U or the Xbox One?
Wii U.
That was a trick question.
No. What?
I love my Wii U, but the Xbox One, especially a little later in its like the beginning of the life and then the end of its life when Game Pass first came onto the scene,
I got you.
I ended up
That's fair.
like the middle was definitely rough, but I love the Xbox One.
Game Pass started in 2019?
Yep.
Damn, so yeah, that is literally the last year of Xbox One. Damn, that one last year saved it for you, huh?
I mean, honestly, because I still love like Sea of Thieves and Ori. Or I mean, that was like right at the end also, but like Ori and the Will of the Wisps kind of saved it too. But yeah, it took a little while. But the launch, I'll say 2013 to 2015, I was all in Xbox One. Like the Xbox One was better than the PS4 to me. And the Wii U only had 1 year or 1.5 years where I was like, okay, the Wii U was worth it. And that was 2014 and 2015. So I feel like I got more years of enjoyment out of the Xbox One.
Xbox. Sure, that's fair. And the Xbox One also had like those really good first 2 years too. Like Sunset Overdrive and all that. Quantum Break
Ori
and
and
stuff.
Ori and the Blind Forest.
Mhm.
Titanfall.
Titanfall.
Like you said, Quantum Break. They had Halo Master Chief Collection, even though it didn't work for the first year, but at least it finally got its shit together. I loved Halo 5, except for the campaign. But I loved the
Halo
multiplayer.
5 was fun.
Halo Wars 2 was also awesome.
Yeah.
The Age of Empires 2 reboot was awesome.
Gears 4 as well
And
was
Age
pretty
of
fun.
Empires 3, yeah. Gears 4, Gears 5. Like, I feel like I got a lot out of the Xbox One shit.
Yeah, Forza, all the Forza games
also,
too.
Like Killer Instinct, also loved that at the launch.
Killer Instinct was fun.
The only launch game that I really hate is Rise. And people are always like, man, this like Rise was the shit. I'm like, bro.
Yeah.
Like graphically amazing.
Yeah.
Combat was
that's because Crytek that's because the Cry engine is really good.
That game still holds up today, which makes no
sense.
Yeah. That game
Absolutely.
still looks better than some games that come out on these consoles today. Makes no sense. But yeah, that game looked amazing. The story was actually really good too. But that combat was ass.
Yeah, also had the greatest game of all time, Recore, as well.
And I love Recore. I fucking love Recore. Actually, I forgot.
Well, who made that game? I forgot who made that.
It was Armature.
Okay, but it wasn't like the Mega Man guy on it.
Keiji Inafune studio.
There you go. Yeah.
So that was basically Mega Man Legends 3 without it being Mega Man Legends 3. And that's what I loved about it.
Sure.
But we need that Record too. With
Yeah.
a real budget this time, not that bullshit that they gave. They gave him $100 and some chips and said, "Make something with this."
Yeah.
All right. Number 12. 2D or 3D platformers?
3D? Okay.
Perfect.
There you go.
Hell yeah.
3D platformers for sure. From Mario, I feel like there are definitely more good 2D platformers.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, it's
But-
easier to make a good
yeah.
2D platformer.
But I feel like the 3D platformers that are good are more impactful for me.
Okay.
All right, 13. Which game would I enjoy more? A game that starts off great but ends terribly, or a game that starts off terribly but that picks up at the end and actually has a great finish.
I'll say the second. No.
I'm not even gonna make it to the end.
What?
Like, if the game starts off bad, I'm not making it to the end.
But if
So,
a game starts off good and becomes bad, then aren't you still
I'm
not going to
already
make
invested.
it? Okay. All right. All right.
I've already invested at that point, so it is what
Okay.
it is.
All
right.
good. I'm like, what, 2 for 13?
Yeah.
Or I got 2 wrong out of
Yeah,
13 so
two out
far?
of 13, so you're doing good. All
Okay.
right. Number 14. Nintendo makes a new IP, or Nintendo revives a dead IP.
Making new IP. No.
Honestly, see, maybe during like the Switch or like Wii U 3DS era, I might have been on, Nintendo needs to make more new IP. But I feel like they do better just reimagining their own IP instead of just making a new IP.
New IPs. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. And they got a ton of IPs that they could revisit to be fair. So
Because that Kid Icarus, never forget.
Kid Icarus for sure. F-Zero for sure. Starfy for sure.
Stop trying to make Starfy happen. Not happening.
Hey, if Rayman can get a new game, then Starfy can get a new game, bro.
All right, I'll actually let you have that one. All right, number 15. Which mechanic or feature would I rather have revived for the Switch 2? Dual screen or Street Pass?
Street Pass.
Perfect.
Let's go.
Yeah, bro. Street Pass. That was the 3DS. I didn't even have to play. Like, if I didn't have any games to play, I still had Street Pass because I don't know what it was about that. That shit had me going outside when I didn't need to go outside, just to see if I could get some Street Passes. Like, I love that shit.
That's funny.
All right.
Yeah.
This might be a hard one.
Sure.
So, number 16. Which am I more likely to play? A mobile only game or a mouse and keyboard only game?
Mobile.
I guess it was hard. Oh.
Bruh.
Okay, I guess it wasn't that hard.
Nah, that one wasn't too tough.
All right. This one. I don't know if you're gonna get this one.
Okay.
Which Mario game do you think I put more hours into? Super Mario Odyssey or Super Mario 3D World? And just for context, that's including the Wii U version as well.
Okay, Wii U and the multiplayer stuff, right?
Yep.
3D World.
Perfect.
Okay.
I only put about 80 hours into Odyssey, which I say only, but
that's still a lot for a 3D platformer.
But
for sure.
By the end of Super Mario 3D World, when when I was playing with Jawad and everybody, we put like 150 hours into that game
Oh wow.
because we were
Yeah.
trying to. Well, one, we were like fucking each other over, so like we kept retrying game, like we kept retrying stages way more than we should because we kept killing each other. But also we were trying to 100% everything, which means like getting every single like flag, which means every single character has to be on the top of the flag, and if someone didn't make it on top of the flag, we'd have to replay the stage so that they would get on top of the flag. So we had to get all the coins, all the stamps, and all the flags, and that shit took forever. But that's one of those games that there's no achievements, but there are achievements because you get the stamp book, you got the sticker collection whenever you get all 3 stars and all the stamps. That shit was actually a joy to complete, even though it was a pain in the ass to complete. All right, only 4 more. All right, 18. Which would disappoint me less? Both of these are going to disappoint me, but which one am I going to be less disappointed in? Nintendo makes a tank game, or Xbox cancels the new Spyro at Activision, or Toys for Bob actually, and greenlights Crash 5.
This is one you would hate more, right?
Which one would I hate less?
Oh, hate less.
Yeah, which one would I hate less? Nintendo making a tank game, or Xbox canceling Spyro for Crash 5?
The tank game.
Perfect.
Because Spyro's better than Crash, bro.
Just because I have more faith in Nintendo somehow making a tank game great. But my initial reaction will be the biggest meltdown if that ever happened.
Yeah. And then they say like, "Oh, you can control the tank with the mouse and the Joy-Cons and stuff." That'd be pretty sick.
All right, number 19, almost done.
Okay.
Who am I killing off if I only had one choice? Crash or Banjo?
Crash.
Perfect.
There you go.
Barely, but Crash for sure.
Got to give the Banjo Bros a little bit of hope, right?
All right. Which of these franchises would I revive first? Gravity Rush or Sunset Overdrive?
Gravity Rush.
Perfect.
All right. Now, 21, I had to make it a tough one,
Okay.
but it's actually a 3-part answer. So you have to get
Okay.
and it's not gonna be either or for this one. So
Yeah.
but this one's bonus if you get them all, or I guess for each one you get right, you get a point. So
Okay.
you can get up to 3 points.
Nice. So I can make up some ground here.
Yeah. So bonus, name my most anticipated Xbox, PlayStation, and Nintendo first party game.
And I don't have no choices here.
No choices.
Okay, so PlayStation is Saros.
Yep.
Perfect.
Dude, I know a Nintendo one's like a fucking like cozy ass game. I forgot which one though. Tomodachi Life?
Perfect.
Okay.
All right, Xbox.
Oh, dude, I don't know about Xbox, bruh. Can you at least give me a hint? Is it coming out this year?
I feel like that'd be too much of a hit because they only have
Too much,
they
bruh.
only have like
They
2
got
games
like
coming out
7
this-
games still coming out, bro.
in 2025.
Bruh, they got Ninja Gaiden Keeper, which obviously isn't one of them. Outer Worlds 2, Call of Duty. There's like one more in October that I'm forgetting.
Was there another one?
Okay, I think there is. I might be tripping though. Okay, maybe 4 games left. Ninja Gaiden?
Perfect.
You got all
Okay,
3.
there you go. There you go.
Ninja
Nice.
Gaiden for
Let's go.
Xbox, Soros for PlayStation, and
Let's
Tomodachi Life for
go.
Nintendo. So
Let's go.
That's
Made up some
all
ground.
3 points. So you have 20 points because you made up ground with that last one because you
Hell
were
yeah.
4 down. So you made up that one by now you only missed 1, I guess. That's how it
Let's
would be.
go.
That makes sense, right?
Hey,
So yeah,
we'll
20
take a
points.
20 out of 21.
So congrats. Now, next week, you have to come up with 21 questions for
Okay,
me.
I got you. I'll think of it. I'll start thinking of it right now.
All right. But yeah, that's the end of the game.
Okay.
So let's go ahead and get into some news. Don't think of too many hard ones.
No, I won't. I won't.
All right. Oh wait. Okay. Let's get into our first topic. So, actually, I guess this is kind of a discussion topic, or it really is just me ranting, just real quick, because I saw this, and then I was like, ain't no way. All right, Sega tweeted out, 2 ninjas are better than 1. We've teamed up with Dotemu and Koei Tecmo to bring you the Ultimate Ninja Steam Bundle. Ninja Gaiden Ragebound and Shinobi Art of Vengeance. Save 10% and experience double the action, double the kunai. They said kunais, but it's kunai. That's the plural. There's no S wrong with them. So, and then also we have Xbox repping the Helldivers 2 banner, and then we have PlayStation repping the Gears of War Reloaded banner on Twitter.
Yep.
I just gotta say, we gotta stop this, bro. We gotta stop this buddy. Everybody's your friend.
When we all play, we win.
Yeah, well, it's all Phil's fault. I want
That's Phil
Koei-
Dominus though.
I want Koei to come at Sega neck like, hey, y'all think that Shinobi over there is the ninja game that y'all need? Nah, this is the ninja game that y'all need. I don't want y'all to coexist. I want y'all to fight each other. That's what we were doing. Look, Ninja Gaiden and Shinobi were at each other's throats back in the 90s. Why are they friends today? What happened? Why are the Bloods and Crips reuniting and like showing up to the pop-up show? We don't need that. Kendrick Lamar, don't do that. Look, the Shinobi and Ninja Gaiden one, more of a joke, but I'm not here for this. I want to see blood. I want a reason to pick
I
a
see
side.
competition.
Yeah. What did my man Satya say? If it's about competition, let us have competition. What happened to him? What happened to that statement after that? It's not about competition anymore. It's about coexistence.
It's about selling software.
I ain't trying to coexist. What's up with this, man? Is this the way the industry is going? There's no more. There's no beef anymore. We everybody just like repping every, like, we just all on the same side now. What does that look like? What does that do for me?
Man, well, I actually just checked PlayStation's Twitter account. They don't have that anymore as the banner.
They
It's now
changed
lost.
it?
Yeah, it's now lost all aside as their banner image.
I mean, I guess that
Xbox
makes
still has
sense.
Xbox still has Helldivers though.
Well, that's because they don't have anything that came out. But
That's true. That's true.
understand.
I feel like they should probably change it to Silksong when that drops.
Oh,
but
yeah, for sure they got to.
yeah, man, it's I actually thought the Shinobi Ninja Gaiden one was cool. I thought the PlayStation Xbox one was just funny, like seeing seeing them flirt with each other is just so funny, you know, like they are competitors still. Like PlayStation still has games that they keep off of Xbox, like Everybody's Golf. That's not dropping on Xbox. That's PlayStation and Steam and Switch. That's it.
Freedom Wars Remastered didn't come to Xbox.
Freedom Wars.
Patapon did not come to Xbox.
Marvel Token too. Marvel Token's not coming to Xbox, at least not yet. But yeah, man, it's just hella funny to me. Like, I think it was Haz that said like, oh, the companies are flirting, but the freaking console warriors are out there like fucking fighting each other and drawing blood in the streets. So it's just funny, man. You could tell like companies just care about the money. Gamers, they still care about the fight. But yeah, man, it was just funny. It was just a funny little thing. I know that Gears is actually selling worse on PlayStation than Helldivers is on Xbox. So I know that's a funny, interesting note. That is true.
I don't know why they did this. This was like I mean, I know why they did it, because they thought that they were just gonna sell three different games, $40 each, versus selling one trilogy for 60 or 70, whatever they would have sold it at.
Yeah.
But this was not the move. Gears 1 has aged poorly. And it was not a remake. Like, if it was Gears 1, but you made it play like Gears 5, then yeah, that would have been something that a lot of people would have wanted. But it's literally just Gears 1 with better lighting and better textures, I guess. Like, it was not worth outside of Game Pass, honestly.
Yeah,
but,
no, I feel that.
And Gears 1 is like one of my favorites, so it's not like I'm not a Gears 1 fan, because I think Gears 1, I actually pick Gears 1 over 2 for me. Maybe not multiplayer wise, but story wise.
Yeah, and there's like the horror element in the story too, which is nice. Something that none of the other Gears games really do. Maybe 5 a little bit, but
so yeah. But yeah, they and I love my favorite two to follow when it comes to like whenever anything like this happens. Jack Move Johnny and Broken Games HDR. They are hilarious whenever they see Sony doing anything buddy, because they are the PlayStation, like they are fully PlayStation dudes, and they hate this so much. Especially like Jack Move, he tweeted when it was Sean Layden, Reggie, and Phil Spencer were on stage at the Game Awards together. He was like, "This is about to be the beginning of the end for gaming." He said that shit back in 2021 or whatever. What was it, like 2020 when that happened?
Yeah, a few years ago.
Yeah, and then like you see everything just starting to come to feel like that, and yeah, he fucking hates that shit. Like I love his reactions whenever that happens. but like BG has said when he saw the post, he's like people just forget how exclusivity made so many great games.
Oh yeah.
And everyone just wants exclusivity to go away, like that's supposed to make better games. And honestly, that's kind of where I'm at. I don't think games are gonna get better if exclusivity goes away, because there are franchises that wouldn't exist without exclusivity. Do you think Forza would exist if Gran Turismo was on Xbox? No. Gears would not exist as it does if Xbox didn't need like a heavy hitter for the 360 that wasn't just Halo.
Yeah, like a third-person shooter.
And honestly, I don't think like Sony would be as Western focused if it wasn't for like Halo and Gears and like Fable, all of those things that they were doing. I don't think they would have.
Elder Scrolls.
Yeah, like Demon Souls existed because
of Elder Scrolls,
PlayStation wanted something to compete with Elder Scrolls.
Yep.
So we need to, like, I understand people want games on every platform because that means they can pick their favorite platform. They don't have to buy other hardware and they get everything. Ooh, I understand that. But I'm still not 100% on board with the end of exclusives. The end of software that differentiates the brand versus just hardware and console features. I just don't feel like that's good enough. But that was my little rant. Did you have anything else you wanted to add before we move on?
Yeah, I mean, exclusivity matters. Even because like I actually have a little bit of inside information about the China Hero Project and specifically Lost Soul.
Mhm.
So China Hero Project, it's in like the thing where it's like if you sign on to do a project with China Hero Project, Indie Hero Project, Mena Hero, whatever, that it's not gonna be exclusive. It is gonna be like PlayStation and PC. But that mandate didn't come until like 2022. And because before 2022, Lost Soul was going to be just PlayStation exclusive, just a PS5 exclusive. But them needing to like add on PC into the development actually made things worse for them. It actually set back their timeline like a little bit. And they actually blamed some of like the performance issues on like them needing to iron out both the PlayStation and the PC version. So exclusivity matters. A lot of devs, they still want to develop for just a couple SKUs. They don't want to have to develop for like hundreds of PC configurations and the consoles on top of that, you know, like it gives them an ease of mind, like that they don't have to like think about all the thousands and thousands of PC configurations and all that. So yeah, man, I do think exclusivity still matters. That's why, you know, the Nintendo games that are exclusive to the Switch 2, that's why they run better than fucking everything else that comes to the Switch 2, right? Because they target that platform instead of needing to port over to it. So yes, exclusivity still really does matter. As much as people think it doesn't, it does. It does matter.
Yes, sir. All right. With that, let's get into some real news for real this time. All right. Let's talk 007. Did you get a chance to finish watching the 007 or did you skim through it?
Yeah, I skimmed through it. I didn't watch every single thing, but I watched like 10-15 minutes of it for sure.
Okay. So we had the PlayStation State of Play, which has been better as a third-party multi-platform showcase platform rather than first-party. Just saying, because that Borderlands 4 reveal was also probably one of the best State of Plays from this year. But also, How long was the Ghost of Yote state of play? It was like barely 20 minutes, right?
Yeah, it was 20 minutes. Yeah.
And then 007 is like 35 minutes. Borderlands 4 got like 25 minutes. So
Yeah.
so what are we doing? Anyways, I digress. 007 First Light, we finally got a really good look at the gameplay. And there's definitely some frame rate issues. First, that's like the first noticeable thing.
Yep.
But it looks good. It definitely has that IO interactive energy with more cinematic flair, more set piece, a lot more set pieces. You get the vehicles, more story elements than Hitman as well. They definitely tuned it to fit James Bond and 007 rather than just throwing the Hitman skin on throwing the 007 skin on Hitman, which was what I was hoping that they wouldn't do. So they start off with more of a linear mission that shows James Bond, they're trying to find 009 and they're going to this party. He's supposed to be on the lookout outside, but he's like, nah, this like I need a little bit more action. So he goes in to infiltrate and they're showing off some of the gadgets and stuff, but the mission was like very linear, unlike Hitman, where you have all of these different ways to tackle the same mission. And then it goes into the vehicle chase, where you get to see that vehicular set piece that 007 games are known for, at least the latter ones. Obviously not like GoldenEye or anything like that, but some of the latter games, they had a lot of car chase scenes and stuff like that, which is really cool. I think that is like one of the, like, vehicles has been a staple for 007. And I feel like that is something that that really differentiates it from Hitman as well. So I'm glad that they did showcase that part of it as well. But then they did finally at the end show off one of their open-ended stages where they had an objective and then they showed off three different ways that they could have tackled that one objective, and then they were just going through the mission like piece by piece, just showing like different ways that you can handle things. Like one was he was sneaking into a room and he had to get past the guards to get through the door. One of the ways was to distract the like more experienced guard, and then he can bluff to certain individuals. But if it's like there was a security guard who was like heavily armored and it just seemed like he was like a stronger he was definitely more security than the other two, who were more like just hotel security or whatever this was supposed to be. I think it was a hotel. And he distracted the one guy who would have probably caught on to his bluff, and then he was able to bluff his way with the other two and get past them. And I thought that was cool, like because that is also something that is very James Bond versus Hitman. Like he's a great talker. Hitman, Agent 47 is not really like, he ain't talking. It's
nah, he's killing.
Yeah, he's killing, or he's staying out of like he's staying out of sight, or he's killing, or he's just disguising himself without really saying much. But he's not much of a talker. So I think that was like that was a cool mechanic that they have, that they're using James Bond's like well-spoken nature as a mechanic for the game. So I thought that was cool. But then there was like a more direct approach of like just throwing a smoke bomb into the room and then while everybody is like while everyone's sight is hindered, you just walk through. And of course, you also have the really direct approach of just fighting. Like, so they showed off a lot of that, and that's the part where it really picked up for me. I was like, okay, this is the game that I've been waiting to see.
Mhm.
But I know this is early, but this was not a good visual showcase for this game because it's running on the PS5 Pro, but it does not look like it's running on the PS5 Pro. When the car is driving, the shadows and lighting was really off. You can tell there's also no ray tracing or like ray trace reflections or even like screen space reflections. It's just really like bare bones reflections on the vehicle. Even when you like stop the vehicle and it like closes in, you can see like the shadows are like super low quality and blocky. I was like, this is the PS5 Pro, but again, I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt. It is coming out March 2026, March 27th, 2026 to be exact. So they have some time still to
6
polish.
months.
Yeah, almost 6 months to really polish this up. But I'm hoping that this is, I mean, it's not like I'm a graphics whore or anything. So honestly, if the game is good, I'm not going to care once it comes out. But just as a showing for this game, but I do think like it does look good. The game is very dense, like especially the foliage and stuff when he gets into more of the foliage is really dense and it looks 3D versus like just being kind of flat textures. So it does seem like there's a lot going on with this game.
Yeah.
So I think it balances out. I just think that there's some polishing that they can do as far as some of the lighting and shadow elements of the game. But for the most part, the game looks pretty good. And when he's like walking around and it's kind of zoomed out, it definitely looks next gen or current gen. It's sad that I'm saying next gen because we just don't have that many games that I can really say, yeah, this looks current gen.
Yeah. No, I agree.
But how are you feeling from what you saw?
Yeah, this I'm kind of looking through it again. This looks fun. I love like, you know, linear. Did they say if this is linear or open world?
It's gonna be like a mix of Hitman and a linear like narrative adventure. So you will have stages that are gonna be open-ended with multiple ways to tackle, but then you'll run into missions like the first one they showed off where you have a kind of standard fair way of approaching it. You have like the little drive section where you're talking to M, and you know, it's like there's gonna be more narrative focused in Hitman as well.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, you know, I love my you know, set piece driven linear-ish kind of games, so I'm definitely intrigued. I didn't really get into the Hitman series too much though, but I know the third one's like really fucking good and it has like some cool ass environments, so maybe I should check those out. But yeah, man,
the World of Assassination trilogy, they basically remade 1 and 2 into the Hitman 3 engine and like combined all of them into one game.
Oh, okay.
So instead of like Hitman 1 doesn't feel like Hitman 1 anymore. It feels like Hitman 3.
Hitman 3, huh?
And that's why I'm like, that is one of the best trilogies because, or like one of the best remakes in a sense that they made the game, like they remade it to the point that it feels like the newer one. And now you can just play all 3 games and they all just feel great. And it's just one menu that you can kind of just like get everything there in one package. And it doesn't feel disjointed. Like if you play like Legendary Collection of Mass Effect, it's like, oh, you pick Mass Effect 1 and then you play Mass Effect 1 and then you go to the menu, pick Mass Effect 2. This is like, it's one game, but you get all the experiences from each game. So I love how they handled that, but sorry for interrupting.
No, you're good. You're good. Yeah, man, this looks actually super fun. The combat's pretty solid. Definitely giving me Uncharted vibes. Yeah, there's this moment where he
very Uncharted. Very
Uncharted. Yep. There's a moment where he like grabs the guy and he like holds onto them and like pushes him down onto the floor. Like that's pretty sick.
Yeah, and then he lands on top of him to break his fall.
Yeah,
that one was cool.
That's sick.
The grapple system.
Yeah. The looks like there's a little bit of destruction here. A tiny bit of destructible environments, which is nice. Yeah, that frame rate's not looking good, but at least they're showing off console footage. I appreciate that for sure. At least it's not like, oh, this is on a 4080 rig. Like at least they're showing us some console stuff, which is nice. Yeah, this looks pretty fun. I actually might be there day one. This might be one of those games where I actually might put my hat to cover it.
Yeah. Now I after seeing this running on the PS5 Pro, obviously I'm very scared of the Switch 2 version.
Sure.
But it doesn't help that they ported Hitman Trilogy or the World of Assassinations to the Switch 2, and it was probably one of the worst ports from the first ones that we got.
Isn't it kind of fixed now though?
I don't know if they fixed it, but I know at the beginning it was pretty bad.
I think they did fix it. I can look real quick. But yeah, no, it looks fun. It looks fun. Definitely way more action than Hitman for sure. Oh, yeah, way more action. But yeah, so it seems like they before on Hitman on the Switch 2 there was an unlocked FPS. It was unlocked, so it seems like they added a frame rate cap, which might have solved some issues.
But
yeah.
But driving the vehicle, I mean, honestly, the vehicle chase was kind of boring. I'm not even gonna lie. Because it was like there was nothing happening. Like the car kind of leaves him behind for a while, and then like you're just driving in emptiness. There's no cars on the road. You're not really like there's barely any cars on the road. There's barely any kind of obstacles. You like for the most part you were just it was just him driving, and I was like, okay, like no oncoming traffic, like barely any barriers, driving through fields that are empty. I was like, bro, this could have been better. Like, and it was long. It was like 6-7 minutes of just that. And I was like, come on. So that could have been better. Hopefully they have better vehicle scenes in the game later on. But I wasn't very impressed with what they showed. Now driving does look like it'll like probably playing it will be more fun because you're actually driving, but just watching it was not really fun.
Ooh, the FPS is tanking in this plane section.
Oh, bro, that section was crazy. Once those explosions started going off, that shit was hitting 20.
No, it looks like the teens, bro.
I was like, yo, They're going
Fuck.
crazy over like them explosions was going crazy. That was Breath of the Wild day one whenever you would blow up the barrels and then your shit would just like it wouldn't crash, but it would definitely come to a halt as soon as that explosion happens.
Yeah.
So yeah, and this is the PS5 Pro. Like that's scary, but I love the fact that you can throw your weapons. Once you're like, if you run out of ammo, you can just kind of throw your weapon at somebody. That's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Mhm.
Yeah, like gunplay, it just looked. I have to get it in my hands. It didn't look like super good, but it also didn't look super bad either.
Sure.
But the hand to hand looked really fun, especially like the whole grappling mechanic and being able to just like throw people off of stuff or like slam them into the ground or slam them up against something. Definitely Uncharted, like has that Uncharted 3 feel, which I think had the best melee combat in the series. But Uncharted 3, it was more like it just kind of happened on its own, where this one feels like you have more agency on when you throw them into the wall or when you grab them, when you're just punching, you know?
Mhm.
But yeah, it looks I'm very excited. Like there's so much potential for this. And I'm more excited about the open-ended levels rather than the big set piece driven stuff like the whole plane scene. Like that definitely was super Uncharted. But I love more of the Hitman style of like just trying to figure out how you're gonna handle a situation. And even though like there's usually like a set path, you kind of already you're like, okay, I have an idea of how to do this, but I want to do the craziest idea I can think of. And them just like you're able to do it, which was always the best part, when you're able to do something that like you would think like other games would not let you do it that way, but Hitman would have so many just out of there ways of handling a situation. So I'm hoping that they keep a lot of that. They didn't show, obviously, like they're not gonna show some of the really out there ways, but they gave me a good taste. And I like what I've seen.
Yeah.
So early game of the year contender, or what are we thinking here?
Nah, I'm not thinking game of the year contender, but it looks good though. It looks fun.
Okay. I guess it depends. Well, like we got to see more, but right now, I'm not going game of the year contender yet.
I don't even think licensed games usually get game of the year nominations, right? Maybe unless it's like Spider-Man or some shit.
I mean, it's 007 though,
Mm.
and 007 has like out of every
That's
movie
history,
franchise, 007 has the most impact on gaming.
Okay, sure. Like with GoldenEye and stuff.
GoldenEye, Everything or Nothing. Everything or Nothing. I look at Everything or Nothing as the basis for what Uncharted is today. Like, oh my god, what the hell is going on outside? Everything or Nothing is Uncharted before Uncharted.
Sure.
And if you play or see gameplay of that, it's like, yo, they were ahead of their time with that one. But yeah, man, I'm excited that 007 is back in gaming. And it also kind of coincides with the new movie revival, or like I guess the new James Bond, which we still don't know who's going to be playing James Bond, but they're looking for the new James Bond for the movies. post Daniel Craig. So it's gonna be a good time for 007 fans for sure. But anything else you wanted to add before we go on to another topic?
Nah, other than yeah, I'm definitely curious to see Switch 2 gameplay for this. I imagine they'll get it 30, and then on PlayStation they'll shoot for 60 maybe. But we'll see. We'll see. I'm excited though. I'm excited.
Yes, sir. All right. Speaking of Switch 2, let's move on to our next topic because we gotta talk about some stuff that I've been seeing lately, which is
Okay.
we all know the cool thing to do is to hate on the Switch 2.
Yup.
It's the popular thing. Everybody's doing it now. The crazy part is the journalists are in on it. These are supposed to be unbiased parties in all of this, but they're using they're using this the Switch 2 as well to console. I mean, I'm not gonna say they're console warring, but they definitely see that people love it when negative Switch 2 news comes out, and they are using that to their advantage to get clicks for sure. But insider gaming, along with insider gaming along with other publications.
Yeah, like even fucking like Nintendo guys, like GVG, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like
even
Nintendo Life?
Nintendo Life is but Nintendo Life they
backtrack. They
backtrack every other. That's why I stopped following them. But I digress.
Digital
So,
Foundry.
We had a lot of reports about not Assassin's Creed, Star Wars Outlaws, and they love the word reportedly, because when you say reportedly in a headline, that means it don't matter how, like, it don't have to be believable information, but it's reportedly, you're not lying, because reportedly means that it wasn't used. I'm not the one saying it, but they out here saying that Star Wars Outlaws runs horribly. It runs terribly on the Switch 2. And there was a bunch of people picking up the story. Like, yeah, people played it at, I don't even remember what event it was, but
I think it was Gamescom.
Yeah, and they were like, it runs horribly, handheld and
reportedly.
Reportedly. All right. So, and I'm like, okay, like that's if any game is gonna run bad on the Switch 2, like Star Wars Outlaws is definitely gonna be that game. So I'm over here like, I'm just believing it. I'm like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Cool. But then shout out to a user on YouTube named Mataleo. I think that's how you pronounce that. He got his hands on an early copy of Star Wars Outlaws, and he uploaded 40 minutes of gameplay running docked Star Wars Outlaws, and the game runs fine. Now, is it 60 FPS, buttery smooth? No. Does it? But it's nowhere near horribly.
Oh yeah. I mean, considering the fact that the Series S version also was capped at 30 as well. No one's saying, "Oh, the Series S version sucks." It's just a shame, man. People they don't. This just tells you, like, a lot of the people that are in the industry don't even know what they're talking about. I seen this like post on Twitter, and it was like the Switch 2 Doom cycle, and it
Yeah.
was literally like early build of the game gets a closer look, and it looks a little choppy, and then it's like Doom poster spread information, misinformation. Final build of the game is shown off, and the FPS is much less choppy, and then it's like game comes out, gameplay is fine, misinformation is proven false, and Doom posters ignore it. Like
Facts.
it's literally the cycle. Like
And-
the game's in development. Like no, like obviously this is coming off of 007, but like, and people are saying like, oh, this game looks pretty rough, but no one's gonna be like, oh yeah, this is how it's gonna be at launch, you know? Like,
See,
I don't know.
outside of someone like J Rock, because I'm pretty sure he's
Yeah.
gonna be one of the ones who says something like this. No one sees this footage and says, "Damn, the PS5 Pro is trash." Because
Yeah,
look at this
exactly.
footage of 007 First Light. No, when I saw it, I was like, "Damn, IO Interactive, y'all got to do something about this." Like, it's crazy to think that it could possibly be the developers. Like, I always think of that fucking Simpsons meme. He's like, "Am I out of touch?" No. It's the children's fault. Like,
Yeah.
that's how they are. Is like, no, it can't be the developer's fault. You know, it's not Bandai Namco fault that they can only get 110p 30 FPS on Sparking Zero. It's Nintendo's fault. It's Switch's fault. So yeah, but this is the game on the Switch 2 docked, and this is obviously more linear, like inside. But I was like, okay, you know, we haven't seen the open world. Maybe when you get to the open world, it's gonna be like more choppy. No, he was on the speeder, driving around, and it still wasn't like heavily dipping. If I can find that section of the game, where is it at?
No, it wasn't dipping at all. It seemed like it was smooth 30,
Like,
or it seemed like it was a 30. I shouldn't
yeah,
say
like
smooth
locked,
30.
locked 30. Locked 30. So in the open world, riding with the speeder, and then the foliage is still like really like, okay, I'm gonna bring up the PS5 comparison because
Yeah. And I think the Switch 2 version has RTGI enabled as well.
it has,
I think it has.
it has
Yeah.
ray tracing. The ray tracing is on the
Yep.
Switch 2 version.
hmm
So
Which bodes well for indie, you know?
let's see, where's my boy? Because he always has the good comparisons. I just
Who,
saw-
Analista?
Yeah, I just watched it earlier. Here it is. Oh no, that's Chronos. Oh no, okay. He didn't do one for Chronos, or sorry, for Star Wars Outlaws. That was for Chronos.
Which also looks pretty solid on the
Yeah.
Switch 2. UE5.
But I thought that UE5 was the issue and not didn't they say that UE5 was the issue and that Tim Sweeney was crazy?
Man.
So yeah, so I have it on the screen. Y'all can see it for yourselves. This game is running locked 30. Like, if there was any dips, it was negligible. So, but then they tried to switch it up for like, oh, that's docked gameplay. You know, if it was the handheld gameplay that they reported was bad, I was like, okay, cool. So, shout out to Mataleo again because he also posted some gameplay in handheld.
hmm
And guess what? It still looks good. Although Ubisoft did take it off of they did take it down from YouTube, but this is just a clip that Croc O'Clock put up. of Mataleo playing it in handheld. But guess what? It's still smooth. So what's going on here? And how long is this really, how long is this gonna go for? That's the real question. How long are we gonna do this?
Probably the whole Switch 2 life cycle, bro, honestly.
Has the Switch 2 replaced the Series S? Is that what's happened? They needed a new punching bag. The Series S is now out of the limelight. The Switch 2 is now the new
Punching bag, yeah. Yep.
That's what it
That
looks like.
doesn't surprise me. Yo.
Especially with the dudes of the PS6S, they definitely don't want to punch on the Series. Oh no, lower tier consoles are actually great, and here's why. But yeah, man. So I'm gonna put Chronos on the screen too, because Chronos was also pretty impressive. Now, I feel like Chronos is a game that, because the lighting is so pared down on the Switch 2 version, I feel like that's gonna be more detrimental because of how they use the lighting in the game.
Sure.
But graphically, outside of the lighting, the game looks really good, like side by side with the PS5.
Mm-hmm.
But this part right here is probably like the God rays part. I'm showing it on the screen, and you can see the PS5. It looks like a completely different game with the ray tracing and God rays. Like it, I feel like it's kind of deterring from the art style without the lighting being as good on the Switch 2. So that might be one where I would say, yeah, I would probably pick the Xbox or PS5, or I said PS5 like I have one, PC version of the game. But textures and resolution is not bad. It doesn't look blurry. It doesn't look fuzzy. It does look a little darker compared to the PS5, but I'm guessing that's because of the ray tracing not being there. There's some visual hitches that happen every so often, but for the most part, like, the game looks like the game.
Yeah.
So another episode, another Switch 2 defense post. I mean, I've never beaten allegations, but it is what it is.
Nah, it's just the truth. It's just the truth. Like these games look almost on par with at least the Series S version, if not even a little bit better in my eyes. Like, because the Series S uses FSR and DLSS is way better than FSR, you know? So yeah, man, it's just so funny. Like people are, this is gonna be a thing the whole time. Like the Switch 2 is undoubtedly a current gen system and it can run most of the games that come out. So it's like why not make those games available there? You know, more people can buy them, more people can play them.
Yes, sir. So at the end of the day, if you like the Switch 2, don't worry about what the hell other people are saying. And if you don't like the Switch 2, why are you talking about it?
Exactly.
So, yeah. But let's go ahead and move on to our next topic. So, all right.
Wait, hold on.
Just
One second.
Okay,
I'll be right back.
Yeah. I'll set this up. So, I just wanted to talk about this one because I see a lot of different opinions about this, but Call of Duty
Bro, guess what?
What?
I just got my Genki Switch 2 stuff, bro. Let's
Hey.
go. I
It was
know,
the
dude.
Attack Vector,
Finally. I think so. The one that
little
got
case?
leaked.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the
Yeah.
one that I got. I got the whole
Bet.
bundle actually. Might open up right now. My bad. Go ahead.
So yeah, I've been seeing a lot of opinions about this. So this is just a quick topic, but the Call of Duty
Yeah.
movie is underway at Paramount,
Okay.
and just like the Halo movie slash TV show, Call of Duty like movies and TV shows have been like started up and killed before ever making it into any real stage, like so often.
Mhm.
It's gone through a lot of hell, but it's actually happening. There's this it's coming. Call of Duty movie. Now, it being Call of Duty has nothing to do with if the movie's gonna be good or bad. It literally just comes down to who's writing it, who's directing it. Because
Yeah.
at the end of the day, it's a military movie. Like the Call of Duty aspect of it, there's no. I mean, I guess if they're doing like Black Ops, that would be the one with actual lore and like a recurring story,
Yeah.
like lots of actual deep elements to it. But if it's just like regular Call of Duty Modern Warfare type shit, it's like you can basically take it and run with it any direction. But I wanted to ask you, if they were going to use any Call of Duty game as a base, what Call of Duty would you want them to use as a base for this movie?
Black Ops 1?
My answer exactly. Black Ops 1, if they can like keep the whole Mason storyline and then the surprise reveal at the end with him getting off the chair and all, like, bro, that right there is a movie. But we know directors and storytellers in movies do not, they don't want to respect that video games have great stories. So of course they're gonna try to like change as much as they can to make it their own.
Yeah.
And I would rather them not butcher that story also. But another one that I would go to is obviously MW2. If they can just change everything but just keep certain segments as obviously no Russian. Is a movie actually going to do no Russian? It depends on the director. It depends on the studio and if they think that it's worth it. But
Sure.
no Russian in a movie would be crazy. But even Modern Warfare 1 with the last stand at the end, that moment at or even like the nuke scene in Modern, there's Call of Duty has some really good like stories and scenes that are so memorable. Honestly, if they do an Uncharted approach and just kind of mix and mash set pieces from like different Call of Duty games and then just kind of make it into its own story, that would also work, honestly. But I think there's a lot of potential for this movie. I just need to see who's directing and writing it, because that's really what's going to determine if this movie comes out good or not.
Yeah.
But I mean, you know how there's always that boost in sales when a movie or TV adaptation comes out? Like DMC just they sold 2 million copies of DMC 5
DMC5
after that trash ass Netflix anime came out.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm so mad. Halo Infinite was supposed to take off after the Halo TV show.
TV show.
And
Yeah, that didn't happen.
that shit was so ass that nobody even wanted to play the game. But the DMC
It
show was
was-
ass. And like,
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't that ass. It just was not as DMC as people would have liked. But come on, bro. Like, DMC sold 2 million copies after going on sale, and then the show coming. Like, Halo Infinite got a 0.3% boost after the show came out. But yeah. I think, but I was gonna ask, like, does Call of Duty get a bump? How do you bump Call of Duty when it's already the #1 game every year?
If anything, it's gonna fuck Call of Duty's brand. I'm just kidding. Nah, it's not gonna do anything to increase the Call of Duty stuff. Maybe if it's like oh, this is like the Black Ops 1 story, then people would go back and play like Black Ops 1 on like Xbox
And then
Series X or something. But...
and then Xbox drops Black Ops 1 remake.
Ooh, that'd be sick. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Now, if they do some Infinite Warfare shit, I mean, I heard the story is good, but if they go to like a game that isn't as beloved, Advanced Warfare, and they get Kevin Spacey to play Kevin Spacey, get him out of jail. But yeah, I'm actually.
Bro, I know this is a side note,
Yeah,
but the
go ahead.
little charging grips for the Genki thing is called Dual-Wield, bro.
Hey, let's go. Well, let me see
We
it.
should
Put it-
sue
put it
him.
up
No, I'm
more.
just kidding. What happened?
Put it up more. I didn't get to see it. Okay.
No, it's kind of
Yeah,
not
I got it.
showing.
I see it.
You got it. There you go. I'm excited, man. I'm about to put that bitch on when we're done.
I actually took off my grips. I've just been.
Oh yeah.
I feel like it's just more. I guess I'm just so used to playing the Switch portably that
Yeah.
the grips just was throwing me off. So the Switch 2 just feels normal when I play it without grips.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't have like with the Switch 1. When I was using the Joy-Cons, it would be kind of uncomfortable. But the Switch 2 actually is pretty comfortable in hand, like even without any attachment on it.
But yeah, let's go ahead and move on to our next topic.
For sure.
All right. We were just talking about how, man, the sports games are finally moving from the PS4. We got Genshin Impact dropping PS4 support. We got like Battlefield 6, no last gen consoles, and everything was right in the world. But then someone had to come and fuck it up for everybody. And that is Marvel Rivals. Because they just announced that Marvel Rivals is coming to the PS4. Count your fucking days. Why? Why are you doing this? The worst part about this, you sat there and optimized this game for the PS4. Where is the Switch 2? You sat here and optimized for the PS4, and there is no Switch 2 version in sight. Now, mind you, there's always the whole dev kit situation going on with the Switch 2. But there's always the build for the Switch 1 and just unlock frame rate or whatever. There's always that option. But also, there's also the other thing that could be holding up, and that is that Nintendo loves to hold the announcements until they announce it. And it could be that upcoming Direct next week that's happening next week. Maybe we see Marvel Rivals announcement there. But either way, there shouldn't be a PS4 version of this game whatsoever. Unless they were just like, man, we were building the Switch 2 version and it was just like, it runs perfectly fine on the PS4 and we were able to optimize it, might as well. In that case, I guess I'll let y'all slide, but...
Hey, an interesting note though is no Xbox One.
Oh yeah, but I feel like there's not enough Xbox One players left to make games for the Xbox One now.
Okay.
I think there's still a lot of like enough of a base on PS4 that it actually will help with player count or sales, whereas most Xbox users have moved out of the Xbox One, whether that's to another console, whether that's to Series X, whether it's to PC. I think Xbox One for the most part is done so. So yeah. All right. But was there anything else you wanted to say on this?
Other than good luck, PS4 players. I think Fortnite still runs at 60 on PS4, but I don't know if Marvel Rivals gonna run at no 60 on that, but we'll see.
I mean, it's not the most demanding game in the world.
That's true. And even I think even like Jedi Survivor was there. Yeah, for sure. But it's so weird, like why are we getting PS4 rumors before Switch 2 rumors? You would think that they would prioritize maybe Switch 2 over that, but
I feel like they had to have been working on it before Switch 2 became a thought.
I'm trying to see how Jedi Survivor runs on the last gen consoles, because I never
actually decent. I remember looking it up. Like it was decent for sure.
Jedi Survivor PS4 gameplay.
It was definitely better than the Xbox Series and PS5 launch.
Launch, yeah, dude. Those, bro. I remember I bought Jedi Survivor on Xbox Series X when it came out. And bro, I remember like that first day I played it, I was like, oh, this is great. This is amazing. And then literally that first patch, I played it and I was like, what the fuck did they do to this game? Like it was like one of those where like the patches kind of made the game worse until they eventually fixed it. But yeah, Godspeed PS4 users.
All right. Let's talk about some shakeups over at Xbox. And I guess
sure.
not inherently bad shakeups for once, but also just questionable.
Yeah.
Rare veteran Luis O'Connor lands new role as chief of staff at Xbox Game Studios after Everwild cancellation. What is up with Xbox employees failing upwards? And I guess it's not only Xbox employees. Because we know Herman Holst. I'm not going to. I mean, I guess I can't really say Herman Holst because he hasn't failed.
Sure.
Because Horizon sells.
Or like a Jade Raymond, maybe.
Jade Raymond, especially. Phil Harrison.
Amy Hennig.
But Phil Harrison is the best, like, fail uppers. Helps with the PS3. And he is part of the reason why the PS3 failed, or I shouldn't say it failed, but like had a bad launch. Leaves PlayStation, goes to Xbox. Phil Harrison helps with the Xbox One and is most of the reason that the Xbox One failed. Leaves Xbox, goes to Stadia. What, like after the PS3 launch, that was a one-off. Okay, cool. Xbox One, bro. Why? Who hired him after that? Google. What did y'all see in his resume that made y'all say, yeah, this is the guy that we need to launch Stadia? So, yeah, Phil Harrison has literally been a part. I'd be surprised if he didn't have a hand in the Wii U, because everything this man has touched turns to doo-doo. He got the brown touch. But I don't know anything about Louise O'Connor. I actually don't know what she did over at Rare. But
I think she was literally the director of Everwild. I think, I'm not 100% sure, but
and if that's the case, what have we seen in these resumes that makes you like see what was his name? The head of Rare, when he got moved up to Xbox Game Studios head. That made sense because he was the Sea of Thieves guy.
yeah.
And we know Sea of Thieves is that game.
Mm-hmm.
It's finally starting to dwindle now. It's not as big as it used to be. But from 2020 to like 2024, Sea of Thieves was doing shit.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes sense that he got promoted. Well, actually, now it makes sense. I literally just put 2 and 2 together. He is the head of Xbox Game Studios. Who's the one who's promoting people? Most likely him.
Yeah.
Who promoted her?
Yeah.
So okay, you know what? It all makes sense now. But yeah, I don't know her credentials. I don't know her scoreboard, her stats. But you know, I just feel like I see games over there not doing what they supposed to. They're not coming out. No, they were working on stuff and then they're not working on stuff. Like, and then you just see promotions. So, you know, it don't look right. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
But hopefully they create a better Xbox Game Studios. And I'm proven wrong.
Sure.
Now,
you know who they need to promote is someone from Obsidian, bruh.
I feel like the people at Obsidian don't want to be up there though. I feel like that's like because like what is his name? Like Peter Farquast?
Fergus Urquhart or something.
Yeah, I was so off. But
Fergus.
Yeah. Like he would be perfect as the head of Xbox Game Studios.
Mm-hmm.
But even getting someone who isn't as up there, like obviously everybody loves now I'm forgetting his name. Fallout New Vegas.
Now I'm forgetting his name.
You were just playing Pentiment. You can't forget his name.
I know. Josh Sawyer.
Yeah, Josh Sawyer. Like even because he's not super up there. Like he's not the like one of the head guys, but people would love to see him.
He's pretty up there.
Yeah, I mean, he's up there, but he's up there, I guess.
He's their designer. So I'm looking at his Moby Games. Grounded 2, he's listed as studio design director. Avowed, he's listed as additional narrative design. Pentiment game director. Yeah, so game director. He's not the head, but he's pretty up there.
But people would love to see him as in a higher spot at Xbox Game Studios as a whole. Because he has a vision that you can tell that he has it. Like whenever he touches something, even a small project like Pentiment, he has a golden touch. And if he could get that over to everyone, like if he can instill that into all the projects at Xbox Game Studios, that would be amazing. Honestly, I'm still, I mean, I don't know if he would have stayed, but I'm just blanking on names today. I don't know what's going on.
Who are you thinking of?
Halo. He came to help with Halo Infinite.
Oh yeah, Joseph Staten.
Yeah, Joseph Staten. Joseph Staten would be amazing as the head of Xbox Game Studios because one, he's a closer.
He knows gaming. He knows gaming.
He's a closer like Rod Ferguson, but he also just has a really good vision for games and like how a game should be, but also he knows how to keep expectations in check. When it comes to the developers, he knows how to keep everyone in, like, rein everyone together to run like a well-oiled machine. So, but I did like the choice of who they chose for the head of Xbox Game Studios. That I'm also I don't even remember his name, but he was the game director for Sea of Thieves, and like I like that pick just because he even said like he wants to promote new ideas, and he's great at making new ideas. So I think that's a great choice for that, but I think that's also a risky endeavor also, but we'll see how things pan out. I feel like next generation is going to be really different for Xbox as a game publisher. Like the games that we'll be seeing in that era, it's gonna be cool.
Yeah. Fun fact: Joseph Staten's actually at Netflix right now. We're building a brand new AAA multi-platform game and original IP.
Well, I think he got fired or they canceled his project because they wanted to cut down on the AAA stuff and just kind of stick to the more lower budget. But I remember that being something that happened. If maybe it wasn't Joseph Staten's project, but I remember that as a whole happening at Netflix.
Sure.
But I could have sworn he made a post saying like, yeah, I'm not there anymore or something. All right. Let's move on. So we just talked about failing upwards. Now let's talk about failing downwards. And that is the best way to describe fair games, because something is going on with that game and it's not looking good.
It's that Jade Raymond stink, bro.
Because Jade Raymond left not too long ago, but now Daniel Drapeau, I don't know how to say that, game director at Haven Studios, has left the studio and joined WB Games Montreal. Is Fair Games coming out?
You're asking me, right?
Yes.
Is it coming out? See, like, I want to say yeah, just because the game had like a early alpha this year. So it's, and in that what's it called, that meeting with Nishino and Herman Hulse where they're on the couches, they mention it. They literally name drop Fair Games as like one of their live service games that they're still working on. But man, I don't know, dude. Just based off of like the what little I know of like the gameplay loop and stuff, it seems like a game that's kind of like the finals. I feel like a lot of people are getting
from the trailer. It looked very similar to the finals.
Yeah.
Because I remember seeing the finals trailer and then seeing that, and I was like, these are the same game.
Yeah, it seems like they were going for something like arena based, like the finals, and then they kind of switched it to like an extraction shooter type of thing, and then they kind of went back to the finals original concept. So I don't know what's going on with the game, to be honest. If it even is coming out, but if it is coming out, definitely first half of next year is what I'm guessing. And if it does come out, it will be everywhere. It will be PlayStation, Xbox, PC. But the likelihood of it happening, I don't know, bro. Just based off of how mixed the people, like the internal reception is, and like how people that played like that pre-alpha were like, this isn't really that good. Sony might end up kicking it to the curb.
Yeah, it's too much going on. I don't see it happening. But there's always a chance. But all I know is that Gummy Bear is gonna eat all of these other live service games from PlayStation. Like, Gummy Bear is gonna be the one that saves PlayStation's live service.
Who knows? It actually seems fun. The concept of it.
For Gummy Bear.
Okay. Team LFG. Team Let's Fucking Go. Nah.
All right. Let's get into some bigger news. Although I will probably skip something.
You're good.
Or we'll kind of just we won't spend too much time. All right. Let's this one will be kind of quick.
Sure.
Fuck Xbox. But I love Xbox. But also fuck Xbox.
You mean Microsoft Gaming?
Exactly. Cause I was over it. I was like, you know what? It is what it is. Let go, let God. You feel me? But then, of course, Bloomberg and Jason Schreier had to come and reopen the wound.
And rub some fucking more salt into it.
Some things need to be left under wraps, so that I'm not just like being mad about something that could have happened that now isn't happening. I didn't need to know that this was even on the table, so now I'm doubly disappointed for no reason, and it's all Jason Schreier's fault. That's who I'm blaming. It's not fuck Xbox. It's fuck Jason Schreier and fuck all these other journalists who just want to dig up stuff to make me mad. So Bloomberg reported that Crystal Dynamics was close to moving Perfect Dark to Take-Two and releasing the game. But negotiations fell apart, resulting in fully abandoning the game and then the layoffs over at Crystal Dynamics. Quote, the deal collapsed at least in part because the companies involved were unable to come to terms over long-term ownership of the Perfect Dark franchise. I didn't need to know this.
Yeah.
I was content with what happened, and I let everything go. But now I'm re-pissed. Because we had a chance. We almost had a Hi-Fi Rush like revival moment. Instead, they were arguing over the ownership of Perfect Dark. Like Xbox is actually gonna
fucking do anything with it. Yeah. That's some age, bro.
Why? I hate this. But now they didn't doubly fumbled this game for me. And now I'm upset again. And I was
still one of the best games of last year's showcase.
Bro, the answer to the question would not have been Ninja Gaiden 4 if Perfect Dark was still on the table. That would have been my most anticipated Xbox game.
Yep.
Soiled it. But I just needed to bring this up and to vent my frustrations with
Sure.
how Xbox fumbled this game.
Yeah.
And the only other game that'll probably piss me off to hear more about is the ZeniMax Online Studios game, because that game also just sounded amazing. And all the extra information I got on that game just made me pissed, even though I wasn't super looking forward to it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. But do you want to say anything?
Other than Xbox, they could be making one of the best games of all time, and then someone will come in and be like, yeah, nah, let's not do this, and it's just a fucking shame. Like I don't know, bro. Like it's disappointing because I want to root for them, bro. Like I really do. Like they got some really good, talented people over there that really do love gaming, but it's just everything's a fucking uphill battle over there at Xbox, man. Like I know you know this. Like remember when they were like before Helldivers even came, or before Helldivers 2 was like super big. Xbox was reportedly gonna make a Helldivers like game set in the Halo what's it called, universe. So it's like, it's just, I don't know, bro. Like it's like they have it, they're digging for those bananas, bro. Like the bananas is right there, bro, but it's just like,
And then like,
nah.
can't find it, and they turn around.
Exactly.
So yeah, Xbox has literally more potential than any other company in the world.
Limitless
And
potential.
they always seem to fumble at the biggest plays, and it doesn't make any sense. They're the James Harden of
Yeah,
gaming.
that's funny.
So yeah, that's all I really had to say on that.
All good.
We didn't talk about this, but this blew
Sure.
up like right after we recorded last time.
Okay.
Moore's Law is Dead
Mm.
talked about the PS6, or at least he leaked what's reportedly the PS6, along with 3 different versions: the PS6S, which is the small form factor, cheaper console; the PS6 handheld, that is a dockable handheld; and then the big bad PS6, which is their high performance, high end console. Pricing for the S would be $299 to $399. Pricing for the handheld would be $399 to $499, and pricing for the big PS6 would be $549 to $699.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna go super into specs and stuff, but basically PS6 would be, the big PS6 would be somewhere around 50-80. He said PS6S would be a little somewhere between the PS5 and the PS5 Pro, if I'm remembering. Maybe better than the PS5 Pro, just depending on the architecture and everything. We'll probably put it higher just because of that.
Yeah.
And then the PS6 handheld would be around the PS5 or better. Now, release date's supposed to be 2027, and he detailed all of this. And what were your thoughts? Because I talked about it a lot on Saturday, but I want to get your thoughts on the situation.
Yeah. So I was, Moore's Law, he is getting very popular, especially in like the leaks and maybe not what's it called? Maybe not like technical stuff, but like definitely like hardware information and specs and stuff like that. Definitely getting very popular. He's starting to become like the default guy that people go to when it comes to leaks and rumors for consoles. But I will say, nothing against him. I know some people, like some friends of mine, that have some very harsh words to say against people that lean more towards, the Sony side. He definitely does. You can tell, even just based off of like how he speaks about both Sony and Microsoft. Like you can tell that he's a lot more of a fan of PlayStation than he is Xbox. Nintendo's kind of just like off in their own world with him, I guess. But I will say he tends to mix in his opinions with the facts that he has. And that ends up being like a slippery slope with people. Like they'll take his opinions and they'll present that as like the facts that he presents.
Yeah.
So it's just a mixed bag. I do think that this PS6S thing that he's talking about which isn't the handheld and isn't like the actual console. Mm-hmm. I think that's his opinion. The PS6S is his opinion that he thinks that Sony will do. And that's why I'm leaning towards I'm more leaning towards the PS6S not being real, just because when he does like insert his opinions into things, they don't always end up being wrong, but they always end up being like kind of like half truths. Yeah. I went back to his PS5 Pro leak, and he was saying like, oh, the console is going to be cheap too. He said it was going to be like $599 and stuff like that. And like, obviously that was proven wrong, right? So it's like, and he even said it in one of his latest Broken Silicon episodes. He was like, yeah, I completely got the PS5 Pro price wrong and stuff. So it's like he admits that he's not always right. So that's why I just want people to be more cautious when they report information and make sure it's like, oh, this is his opinion and this is what he's actually reporting as like actual evidence and facts. So that's kind of where I'm at with it. I don't think that there's going to be 3. I think that there's only going to be 2. It'll be the PS6 handheld, which will be switchable, dockable, exactly like as I've been saying for fucking months now. And then there'll be the PS6, the full powered one, the base console that will be probably like twice as fast as the PS5 Pro in ray tracing and like 5 times as fast as PS5 Pro in like raster performance. So I think that's where I'm kind of at with this. I don't really believe the 3 SKU thing. Especially because developers don't want to develop for 3 SKUs. But hey, who knows?
If the handheld and the small console were the same, like were the exact same, it would make sense, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, at that point, really, would it make sense? Like, why do you have 2 consoles then?
Yeah,
if they're the exact same. But yeah.
Like, I understand why he's saying it, because his theory is that Sony wants to make it so like the price point is something that people don't like bash on, it's like something that will get those PS4 players like over to the PS5 or PS6 or whatever. But yeah, I don't know.
I mean, he got the PS5 prices wrong, and these prices just seem horrendously off.
Yeah,
like by 200 more.
At least 100, yeah, for sure.
So I don't know why people keep on bringing up his prices, because
why would I listen to you?
When it comes to the prices,
yeah,
he's been wrong multiple times. Obviously, he does not understand the actual economics of these consoles.
Nah, he understands the specs, and like I said, his information generally is pretty good. Like, this is probably what these consoles are gonna be. They'll probably, like, the handheld will probably be a 4-core Zen 6 device, stuff like that. Like the information in there is right. You just gotta look at it a little bit deeper. You just gotta look at it with a magnifying glass.
Yes, sir. But yeah, man. For me, I don't know. I mean, it's not like
I mean, you're already
these
not
specs,
excited.
These specs aren't unbelievable or anything.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. But PS6, PS6s, any probably not for me.
Sure.
Unless, I mean, the PS5 wasn't for me until I was able to put it in my cart. So, you know, we'll see what happens when it happens. But
yeah,
I mean, the next gen consoles right now just aren't really exciting me that much in general. But yeah, well, it makes sense what you're saying. Like the handheld and the big PS6 makes more sense than having the 3 SKUs.
Yeah. I just don't see them wanting to split up development that much, you know? Like unless like maybe if the PS6S is like a PS5, but just kind of put into like a PS6, then maybe I could see that.
Like that
but...
Xbox 360 that was looking like a Xbox One for whatever reason.
Yeah, something like that, you know? Like maybe they could finally get the price down of the PS5 so low, and then like they're just like, oh, this is just a PS6 or some shit. I don't know, but the just the 3 SKU thing just seems so unbelievable to me. Just based off of like how I know about PlayStation development and how they develop hardware. Like I don't know, but hey, who knows? I will say though. And please do not clip this if we get clips. But I am more excited about the next Xbox than I am for the next PlayStation.
Oh yeah, I mean it's a given that I am. But yeah, like what do we got to say about the PlayStation handheld or the PS6s holding back the generation? Just like the Series S did, and now Xbox is gonna have 1 SKU supposedly. And PlayStation is doing the 2 SKU approach. Are we gonna flip flop on this? And now it's okay when PlayStation does it.
Yeah, I'm sure people will be like, yeah, PlayStation's doing it. It's good now.
You know what I gotta say about that?
Wait.
Wait. You don't got all the answers.
I forgot to download that one, but
you ain't been doing the education. No.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine.
That's all the Series S fans.
Sounds. But yeah, it's an interesting leak. That's all I really got to say on that.
Still more excited about their handheld too. Like if they can really get that handheld like right, and it can run all the PS5 games, and it's like a pretty solid price point, and like if you can dock it and it's like a nice 1440p maybe, then yeah, that's exciting for sure.
For sure. We'll see. I don't think. I mean, I guess if it's just a PS6 but handheld, that's the only way that you'll actually see them supporting a handheld. Because that was literally the biggest issue that they always had with their handhelds, that they don't support them.
Yeah.
All right. Let's move on. All right. Here's another quick one. One that you brought to my attention.
Sure.
Insomniac Games. Are finally possibly ready to show Wolverine, the enigma that we've all seen and possibly played due to the Insomniac leaks. But now we will be seeing a real reveal, not early builds or anything like that, and we can judge it on real merits this time. But Tom Henderson over at Insider Gaming has an exclusive reporting that it will be at the next State of Play, which is most likely in September, but he's Did he say what month it was?
Yeah, it's well, Sony does their state of plays every September
Yeah, so
generally.
yeah. Look forward to seeing Wolverine for the first time. How are you feeling?
Yeah.
How are you feeling about it?
Yeah, I'm
your temperature on it.
I I'm kind of getting. I kind of wish Insomniac wasn't, stuck on Marvel games. They got really good ideas. I love their weapon wheel stuff. I love all the gadgets and gizmos and all that stuff that they add into their game. So I'm excited to see if they add any of that stuff into Wolverine. But overall, I'm not hella excited for it. But I'm curious to see how it looks. I'm curious to see the gameplay. I'm curious to see the combat. I definitely think that this is going to be their big fall title of next year. This will be probably in that like Yote slot for 26. But yeah, cautiously optimistic, I guess. I'm sure people will enjoy it. I'm sure the combat will be brutal and visceral.
The thing is, Wolverine just never made sense for Insomniac. Because if you try to turn Wolverine into an Insomniac style game, like you said, gadgets and gizmos, like super creative, traversal and like he's none of that. He is literally like bare knuckle brawler.
Yeah.
So I don't understand what they're gonna do as far as like the gadgets and stuff. Because if you give gadgets and stuff to Wolverine, that's just gonna be like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And we saw the early builds and like stealth sections, like just things that just did not fit Wolverine as a character. Stealth sections, climbing trees. I mean, I guess the trees maybe, but like when I think of playing a Wolverine game, I think more like character action, just straight up brawling, go from one section to the next. And if it is gonna be open world, it's gonna just be riding the motorcycle, maybe climbing up not full buildings like Spider-Man, but like climbing up walls with the claws, but you're not scaling full like skyscrapers or anything as Wolverine.
Yeah.
It just I just can't see the and from what I did see of the gameplay, it didn't click. Like, so I'm hoping that was just some early ideas and they've kind of figured out how they wanted like a scope and scale that works for Wolverine, that makes sense, and they're not just trying to Insomniacify Wolverine somehow at the cost of the character.
There's some funny what's it called, cross news, cross contamination, I guess, but with Perfect Dark, one of the original directors of Perfect Dark actually left Initiative to go back to Insomniac to work on Wolverine.
Yep.
So
Sean Murphy. Drew Murray. Always get Sean Murray and Drew Murray mixed up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, but I'm excited to see it in its full form. Hopefully I'm impressed when it does happen. Anything else you wanted to add?
I think that it will still be a very gorgeous game. Insomniac's really good at making graphical showcases for the hardware. Spider-Man 2, even though I think that game is kind of cheeks, it looked amazing, ran amazing. It had that 40 FPS mode that I really enjoyed. And they're also really good at that too. They're also really good at adding like unlocked modes, locked modes, capped modes, all that. So modes with ray tracing, performance ray tracing, all that stuff. So it will be a very good looking game. But yeah, other than that, I'm just hope that it's good. Hope that it has a decent amount of content, and hopefully they'll show us some PS5 Pro footage of it.
No doubt. I'm pretty sure they'll use PS5 Pro for sure. But let's go ahead and move on. Let's talk about my man, Ray Ray. Because Ray Ray is looking to make a comeback. And Insider Gaming reported that we might be getting Rayman a little sooner than expected, with Rayman Remake, codename Steambot, tentatively targeting late 2026 release date. Project is said to be going incredibly well, unlike the Prince of Persia remake that is still not out. Ubisoft has already made preliminary plans to develop Rayman 4, but this depends on Rayman Remake's success. So basically the Crash strategy. You get your crossover, then you get the remake, and then if the remake is a success, new game.
Yep.
Was the remake what you were reporting on, or what you were reporting on, or was it a new Rayman? Or did you...
Yeah, what I actually was reporting on is a new Rayman, but maybe this was it.
Yeah, I mean, if it's a full remake, it might is like, I hope it's not Crash trilogy remake, and I hope it's more like just top to bottom modernized remake of the game, so that it doesn't feel like the old games.
Sure.
But just has some of the, like the Ratchet and Clank remake, except not bad, like the Ratchet and Clank remake.
Yeah, don't strip out mechanics, please.
Exactly. But I'm excited, whether it's a new game or a remake of the first one, because honestly I never played the first one. I started Rayman at 2. So this would actually be my first time ever playing this one.
Yeah.
But I'm excited regardless.
Hell yeah.
I'm just happy that he's alive, and that
Absolutely.
the rabbits are not the only piece of Rayman that we have left.
Yeah.
I don't know how the rabbits out survived him, but that's the timeline that we live in.
Yeah, man. This is cool, you know. Hopefully it's 3D and not 2D. That'd be sick if they remade it into a 3D platformer.
Yeah. Actually, I just thought about it. Is this gonna be the 2D Rayman? Or are when they say Rayman 1? Let me see. Rayman 1.
Because Rayman 1 is 2D.
Yeah, it was Rayman 2, or Rayman 2 was the first 3D one. Yeah, so I started with 2. I never even played it. Okay. Maybe they'll do the Rayman Origins aesthetic on top of Rayman, or maybe they will just transform it into a 3D platformer.
I think it will be because I'm hearing that it's like AAA, like almost. Yeah. So I don't see them making a AAA 2D game, you know, but who knows?
Prince of Persia: Lost Crown.
That is true. That is true.
But yeah, I definitely would prefer if it's 3D, but I do love Rayman Origins and Legends, so I'm not going to complain if they're 2D either. Rayman has just been good to me, like all of the Rayman games that I've played outside of rabbits, anything involving rabbits, I've enjoyed.
No, he's a cool character.
What if they give him arms? Do we riot? Do we storm
like his
Ubisoft
shit's not
headquarters?
just floating.
Yeah, he just has fucking rubber band arms.
That's hella funny.
All right, let's get to this last topic. Let's talk Capcom, because Capcom has some words to say. They said, or I shouldn't say they, specifically President Fujimoto of Capcom said the PS5 has been a barrier for Monster Hunter Wild's adoption, partly due to the system price. He wants to get Monster Hunter Worlds into as many people's hands as possible, and is currently formulating a strategy to boost sales. And then, completely unrelated, not even close to remotely related to what he's saying, he just mentions the response to the Switch 2 has been better than expected. Unrelated, obviously, not related. So obviously this had people putting two to two together. Oh, formulating strategies to boost sales, huh? Response to Switch 2, it's been better than expected, eh? Monster Hunter Wilds, I mean, that's probably one of the first games that I like from Capcom. When I was thinking Capcom bringing games to the Switch 2, Monster Hunter Wilds was probably one of the first games that came to mind, just because Monster Hunter and Nintendo handheld have just been in sync. Like that is, it feels right.
Yeah.
PlayStation handheld also, because Monster Hunter on the PSP was great. But Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate 3DS, Generations on the 3DS, great experiences. And then Monster Hunter Rise was exclusive to the Switch. I don't think we'll ever get another exclusive Monster Hunter.
Well, Stories, right?
Stories isn't exclusive.
Stories 3 is not?
Nah, it's on everything, including Xbox.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. That's cool.
So yeah. But I'm pretty sure they're already working on getting it on the Switch 2. Now,
Oh yeah.
RE Engine open world on the Switch 2. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. Now, I'm not gonna go as far as Genki and be like, oh, they're gonna have to build a completely different version for the Switch 2. Like, at the end of the day, the game is running on the Series S, and we know if it can run on the Series S, it can run on the Switch 2, but there's a very high case for getting it on the Switch 2 if it's already running on the Series S.
Yep. No, absolutely.
Now, will it be stable? That is the real question.
I mean, it ain't stable anywhere else, so.
Is Dragon's Dogma 2 good on consoles yet? Like, how is it running on consoles now?
I know that they added a lot of like graphical toggles. Like you can completely turn off like ray tracing and like RTGI and all that shit. Makes a game look very, very last gen. But I think the console that has the best version of Dragon's Dogma 2 is still the PS5 Pro.
I mean, I would hope that's the best.
I could check though. Hold on. Dragon's Dogma 2 Xbox Series S. All right, so Xbox Fusion testing has a video that they dropped 4 months ago testing the Series S version. Let's see. they usually have like a section where they kind of comment on how good the game performs. Let's see. Okay, so this is what they say. Graphics, a minor update, but it is always interesting to see if there is any improvements either way. It's safe to say that it's not looking bright when it comes to 60 FPS on the Xbox Series S after all this time. While the game is still at least good looking, despite lower settings, some grand scenery, a good amount of general details, and locations. Ray tracing is lacking, but the game still has gorgeous lighting, environments that look beautiful, mostly decent textures, good image quality, and shadows that are very fuzzy but kind of realistic. That's what they say about the Series S version. And yes, it is not 60 FPS.
Basically, don't hope for the Star Wars Outlaws. Oh my god, this actually runs way better than I expected when Monster Hunter Wilds or Dragon's Dogma comes over to the Switch.
No, I actually will push back a little bit on that and say that DLSS still might help. I know DLSS is a lot more stable than FSR, so even if it can get to a 30 with DLSS, I think that might be good enough, honestly.
You know, Capcom is one of the few that are actually using DLSS, so
Exactly. Yeah. And I know like Dragon's Dogma 2 runs like shit on the Steam Deck. Like it runs at like 20 FPS. So like I think that they can get like a 30 FPS version of this game on there if they're still even working on Dragon's Dogma 2, that is.
They need a new content drop for Dragon's Dogma 2. Because we have not
For
gotten
sure.
any content, like new content.
Nothing. Yeah.
And it's like it needs content for sure. Also drop a multiplayer update. But yeah, I see Monster Hunter coming over eventually. I think it's a given. Like, especially in Japan, they want to play Monster Hunter portably,
Oh yeah.
and it's gonna sell a shit ton when it does come over,
Oh yeah. It'll sell some Switch 2s, honestly.
for sure. Oh, $500 bundle with Monster Hunter Wilds 2. I mean, I said Monster Hunter Wilds 2. Monster Hunter Wilds.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then even with the reports of the Resident Evil 9 also being on Switch 2 as well.
Oh yeah, I did. That was supposed to be the other part of this topic. That Resident Evil 9 is also rumored to be already like in development for the Switch 2. Obviously, it's probably not going to make it at launch, but it does seem that they're going to try to get it close to that mark. I like how I just opened up Twitter just to see what was going on, and I just see Dr. Trey bringing up people's thumbnails about Star Wars Outlaws being a total disaster on Switch.
Mm-hmm.
And it just has this guy 10 frames per second. And literally just watched that shit, and there was not even a single 10 frame per second. Hold on.
That misinformation, bro.
But yeah. All right. Anything else you want to add before we get out of here?
Yeah, we're gonna see more and more devs be like, we're looking at putting our games on the Switch too. It's literally only a matter of time. Just because, obviously we know people that buy Nintendo consoles mainly play Nintendo games, but that doesn't mean that there is not a market for these other games to be successful there, And like if developers are putting in the time and effort to fucking port their games over to Series S or PS4 or even Steam Deck, like it's like a no-brainer, like to even think about it. Like I don't even know why people are like still like upset that developers are like thinking about porting to it. Like it just doesn't make sense. But
it's because it proves them wrong. That's the only thing.
That's true.
Because they want the Switch 2 to be what they thought it was gonna be. A Switch 1, but like just the next Switch one that doesn't get all of these games, that when they do get the games, they run so horribly that they might as well have not gotten the game. Speaking of, I just saw that they have some more Outlaws footage that just got uploaded.
Okay.
And now they're showing the space flight.
Okay.
No dips. They full jungle gameplay.
Uh-huh.
No dips. Fully
No
dense jungle. Hold on. Oh yeah. Here's in the jungle area of the game. Also showing off the ray trace reflections on the water. Ray trace reflections on a handheld that's only 15 watts. Or is it 10 watts? I always forget.
No, it's sub 10 watts on handheld and like something like 20 in docked or something like that.
But
It's the king of efficiency, bro. That's what the Switch 2 is.
No dips. Hey, no, but we also gotta give credit to Ubisoft. Like,
Oh yeah.
Ubisoft is one of the ones that for what it like, no matter who, they don't care if it's the Wii U. They don't care if they're coming off the GameCube with the Wii, even the handhelds. Ubisoft is always on point with Nintendo support.
Nice.
So shout out to Ubisoft. They were there day one with the Switch with an exclusive game at that. So like I'll always be a fan of the Ubi Nintendo relationship.
Thanks.
But yeah. Now with the dense jungle, the foliage does definitely look a little worse, but even then it's still pretty, like it's still a good looking for what it is.
Oh yeah.
So yeah. Actually I'm gonna share it to you just so you put it in the podcast notes.
Sure.
Oh, that is not what I was supposed to share.
You're
I forgot
good.
to hit copy. There we go. All right.
Nice.
But that's all that I wanted to say. Anything you want to say before we wrap it up?
On Star Wars?
Star Wars or the Capcom stuff?
Yeah, I salute to Capcom for sure, because they do have a really good version of Street Fighter 6 on the Switch 2. It's actually I think it's tournament verified or something. Like you can use the Switch 2 version in the tournaments and stuff, which is really sick. Shout out to Ubisoft, man. Shout out to my guy Ankel. He's the producer at what's it called? He's a producer at what's the team that made Star Wars Outlaws and Avatar? Massive Entertainment,
yeah.
Yeah, shout out to my guy Ankel at Massive. I know he said he does these like action games, but he said that one day he would love to make a Rayman. So I hope that happens for him, because I love to see people chase what they want to do. Like I love that. But yeah, shout out to Ubi, man. They'll be there with AC Shadows soon enough
and I
as
can't
well.
wait to see that. That's gonna be the one that's gonna break people.
Exactly.
Like, there's no way that this game is running on the Switch 2.
Exactly.
But yeah, with that is it. That is all we have for you guys today. Thank you all for tuning in, and to all the people leaving comments in the chat. We do appreciate your support. Make sure you guys hit that like, because we love you guys and it helps us grow this channel. If you're not subscribed, you enjoyed the show, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button so you can stay updated for when Dual-Wield premieres. Now let's go ahead and get the outros out the way. The Bagels, appreciate you for pulling up. Where can we find you? What you got going on?
Yeah. So you guys can find me on. I've been active on Twitter lately, so definitely will plug my Twitter at Subeg Dollywell. I'm there on Instagram as well. Same thing, Subeg Dollywell. Lognet. Check out my coverage. Check out everyone's coverage. That'd be nice. We all put some good stuff out there. Put our all in our work, which is great. Twitch, haven't streamed in a while, but I do have some clips and stuff that are there. All my past streams should still be there, so if you guys want to see me play whatever, check myself out on Twitch at Subagels, twitch.tv/Subagels. And yeah, man, that's really it.
All right. As for myself, Don Otaku, you can find me on Twitter at PastaFeet, F3ET. You can find me on twitch.tv/Don Solo, SOLOW. But of course, you can find me right here on YouTube, where not only are we doing Dual-Wield Gaming Podcast every Thursday, project entitled Gaming Podcast every Saturday with the homies live. And of course, like we said, lordsofgaming.net. Check out my reviews for Story of Seasons and for Daemon X Machina that just came out. Check out my review for Shuten Order whenever that comes out. And lastly, wait, is there a lastly?
Silk Song, baby.
Yeah, that was basically it. So yeah, with that, I might be checking out Silk Song, or I'll probably be going back to Donkey Kong Bonanza this time tomorrow or today when the video airs. But with that, any final words for the people to get them through whatever they're going through?
Shit, just keep on trying to enjoy shit, try, if people are spreading misinformation, don't let them, fight back on that. Like everyone has a voice. Like I just feel like it's all the people that stand by and just kind of let the misinformation happen that are they're, even those people are kind of at fault too, But yeah, man, try to combat the misinfo. It's good that these games are getting ported onto Switch and on PCs and like Xbox, all that. Like it's a good thing. And yeah, man, Silk Song today when this comes up, another goatee.
Yes, sir. And with that, let's go ahead and get out of here. Peace out, everybody. Enjoy your week, your weekend, your month, year, life, all that. Bye-bye.
Peace.